Je crois qu'il n'y a que Rod qui est venu qui est venu
Oui.
de ton côté.
Il y avait Rod, c'est vrai.
Le bon vieux
C'est
Rod.
mes leads annuels de VF. Il y a que de la malveillance, c'est très grave. Tout le monde me déteste.
Laisse-moi deviner, il y avait Slashy en face?
Ouais, je crois qu'il jouait pas à ce moment-là.
Oui, enfin, il tirait les ficelles, quoi.
Oui, c'est certainement
non,
lui
toujours.
qui avait retweet les pings.
Oh, WP, WP, you can put it. Wait, go back here. Be smart, don't be in combat. Maybe it's...
Demande il y a un groupe avec 4 supports.
Je sais pas lequel c'est.
TP.
Take the WP, take the middle. Take it.
Je vais m'en occuper si tu veux.
Back on me. I think just two ears are in front.
Que tu me le donnes du coup.
Go back in 3, 2, 1, go back, come back on me, gonna speed on me in 3, 2, 1, speed on me, speed to the speed, gonna move for him in 3, 2, 1, moving now, gonna just put two things here, waiting 1 second, banner here, and random sell food. Up, sell food. Banner, sell food, go move, let's go, come, gonna go again, we're back on me, just waiting it here, gonna might in 3, 2, 1, might on me, 1 might, gonna move for him in 3, 2, 1, move no, take the velvet, get attack, stability, stop, come, because we're running, come again, it's okay, gonna kite if they're turning, come, go back in 3, 2, 1, go back, don't wait, just tell me, every behind, I'll move for him in 3, 2, 1, moving no, they will 3, 2, 1, where's on me, push west, stay on the ball, deep to me, make the west, go right side in 3, 2, 1, come right side, to them, make action right, into right, push right side, deep to me, middle, gonna go left in 3, 2, 1, pushing left side, pushing, damage me, clear it here, gonna push him in 3, 2, 1, push in the left, in the right side, come to the right, in the circle, deep is me, keep it behind, gonna repush in the left in 3, 2, 1, push in the left side, damage me, gonna go upper in 3, 2, 1, pushing upper, where's in 3, 2, 1, where's behind you, et push west, damage me, clear it here. Y'a aucun skill lag. Aucun skill lag.
J'en déduis que c'est moi qui vais faire le call.
Oui.
Ok, super.
Tu dis bien, mais vite, c'est très bien. N'hésitez pas à confiner des vues. Pourtant, je me suis mis la petite foule en 2 secondes de la vite là. Pas là, c'était parfait.
Est-ce que c'est bagarre importante? J'ai aucune ref, expliquez-moi. Écoute, on a éteint iKuy, on a éteint HAYA, maintenant c'est le tour à BiG. On les a déjà 1-0, 36 de KD. Là, Kill, il a dit hey, les gars, il faut se battre contre l'Alliance VF. Kind, connecte-toi. Para, connecte-toi. Ça fait des années qu'ils ont pas joué. Hein. Les gars, connectez-vous tous, faut qu'on les éteigne. Là, il y a 1-0. J'ai Kill. Très voir cette invitation.
Gonna just kick people not on the map.
À quelle heure la bagarre? Ah là, on vient de leur mettre 1-0 là. Ah, c'est le premier fight. C'était les verts.
On est autour de
Est-ce qu'on a un petit comp check? Il me semble qu'ils ont beaucoup de DH et qu'on a bien push tout beaucoup de leur DH.
Oui, ça peut me faire un petit évaluage de leur comp, ça m'arrange beaucoup. Parce que je ne sais pas ce qu'ils font. Pas comme
Il recule.
Ok, go over. Come.
Et ouais, il me semble qu'ils ont beaucoup de DH. Hein.
Ils ont 2 gardiens corps, 2 DH, 2 Virt, 6 Cornec, 2 évoqueurs, 2 Vindy, 2 Untamed, 2 SPD.
Might in the left,
Ok, bah j'ai rien là.
3, 2, 1, take the vet, come, it's okay, come, where's it first, where's in 3, 2, 1, where's on him, deep as me, cross him, don't be late, dodge back in 3, 2, 1, dodge back, kite him, in 3, 2, 1, turn and spike him, spike on me, make the rest, spike on me, spike, cleave, rest, need rest, go back in 3, 2, 1, spike no, gonna turn the spike again in 3, 2, 1, spike on me, gonna push him in 3, 2, 1, push him, damage me, clear it, stay mono below me, immediate on me, stay here, don't commit, make the rest, spirit, gonna push right in 3, 2, 1, come right side, dodge right, stay mono here, gonna go left in 3, 2, 1, push left side, push left, let's done, push left, clear my feet, DPS on me, push on the right in 3, 2, 1, push right, where's in 3, 2, 1, where's on him, push west.
Oh le hard DPS.
Je parle de ton timing, je vais pas te mentir.
Oh DPS guys.
De la croix, scroll tout de la croix.
Je crois qu'on a trouvé la méta les gars.
Faut que tu me boostes parce que
T'es déjà 200
Oh guys, hey,
voilà, je peux pas gueuler.
Kay found something by the way.
Spam shot au pire,
Renegade
c'est pas
is
grave.
so broken, what?
It's so
J'ai des
broken
décisions.
Renegade, holy shit man.
I'm joking.
Après, je les ai mis tous les deux en enfer, hein. Vraiment, c'est un plaisir.
La couleur du arc DPS est magnifique.
Oui. Moi, c'est vrai que là, je tenterais bien de jouer full backpedal. Hein. Genre, si je joue des DH contre des évocars.
Après, il y a 2 DH.
Ah oui, je joue quoi?
Ouais, il joue tout, hein. Il joue Vindy, Untamed, DH, Évoqueur, Virt. Bon.
Est-ce que vous voulez qu'on TP spawn pour taper les flips sur Academy? Peut-être pour essayer de les faire dégager de la map pour qu'on ait moins de lag?
Ouais, go.
Ça vous va? Go pour spawn, porte.
Je pense que les flics ils s'en battent la race. Hein.
Tu penses? Je
Bah,
sais
ils vont
pas.
mourir 16 fois et ils vont revenir 16 fois. Hein. Mais
Je me trompe.
ça fait un interlude quoi.
Ah mais le arc DPS c'est...
L'avantage c'est que la map est
est
tellement
magnifique.
grande qu'au moins ça leur fait perdre du temps. Quoi.
Quand on a laissé la grille grande ouverte, on
Yeah.
est retourné.
It is time guys, the 10 Evoker Comp.
Secondaire. C'est des choses, c'est des petites problématiques. Là, tu m'amènes des problèmes qui se pas vos oreilles.
On nous a dit qu'il faut jouer le match-up apparemment pour bien tomber contre des gens dans les semaines prochaines.
Non. Vous avez
En
demandé
vrai,
de
même
jouer
si
au
on fait
jeu
rien, on va gagner le
pour avoir un
match.
bon link. C'est un autre problème.
On peut les laisser flip tranquille. Hein.
Enfin, juste
Oui,
qu'ils
c'est
se
vrai,
barrent
la
pour limiter le lag sur la carte. En fait, que le moment où on va fight et que flip
Bon, à
va
l'instant,
aussi
à
tag le
l'instant.
mob, c'est tout mais non. Ah, on rentre à l'intérieur dedans quand même. Rare, nothing place. Channel 1. Vous pouvez sûrement prendre les mounts, je vais pas vous mentir. J'ai pas réussi à monter là, ça m'est arrivé. J'ai FF. Oh attendez, on va passer bottom. C'est mérité. Hop.
Le roleplay prac.
Putain, il savait jouer cette chase.
Essayez de pas les finir et de les sièges, ça va peut-être les faire dégager.
Faut que je check tous mes meilleurs MP, faut que je rescroll dans l'autre sens. Il est où? Donné là.
Je reviens au calme dans ce
Ouais, l'ordre de crypte.
T'as dit quoi, Miss?
en face.
Il revient, il a dit.
Ouais,
Sans
ouais.
fuit.
Je sais pas, il a dit que Kill l'avait DM et qu'il allait jouer avec Kill parce que c'est bien.
C'est une possibilité, putain.
L'ordre à 50.
Je pense qu'on n'aura pas le temps d'arriver.
30. On va vider le reste.
Mais c'est que l'instru.
Mais non, mais je vais plus la part, j'ai tout l'outil.
100%.
Moi je veux pas que l'instru, bon bah pareil.
Ouais, ça cap. Ouais.
C'est
Je le disais, il est censé dire des trucs là.
Don't read the truc. Il escape.
Eyes wide shut, but they know
On va faire pour récupérer les gens dehors. Waiting 2 seconds here, gonna just marker here. Waiting here, just two bedroom can port people behind. I'm gonna port, it's okay. I'm gonna port here.
It's the only BL we had access to, and I mean, Big is notorious. Well, notorious Big, actually. Big is notorious for not going OS.
They're upper, I think. They're upper. Repack on me. Come. Repack here. Waiting here. I just switch to my stab. Yes, I am. They're in front. Move in 3, 2, 1. Go. Gonna repack on me in 3, 2, 1. Repack here. Then put the same. Mate on me. 3, 2, 1. Mama might. Gonna frame 3, 2, 1. Take the vent. Cross him in 3, 2, 1. Cross. Where's in 3, 2, 1. Where's in the left. Push in the left. Push left. Come. Push. Don't be behind. Deep me gonna raise him. Raise. Gonna go right in 3, 2, 1. Come to the right side. And raise on me. Raise again. Turn right side. Make raise. Just FF. Continue right side. Gonna go back lower in 3, 2, 1. Go lower side. Go lower. Back on me. Pull in front. Pull up. Gonna push him in 3, 2, 1. Push him up. Pushing. Clear the down on my feet. Clear the down. Go back in 3, 2, 1. Go back. Go back. Kiting. Don't wait. Turn in 3, 2, 1. Turn up. Where's one? Raise on me. Rest to me. Maybe rest. Gonna push him in 3, 2, 1. Pushing no. Where's in 3, 2, 1. Where's in the right? And push right side. Push the west. Push the west. Come. Clear the west. Don't be ready. Don't be behind. Make the west. Deep as me. Clear again. Clear. Gonna push in the left. 3, 2, 1. Dash left side. And clear in front.
Reset.
Push it down. Deep as me. Stay here. Gonna push in the right. 3, 2, 1. Push in the right side. Pushing the right side. Damage me. Clear the dot. On me. Stay here. Don't be behind. I'm gonna push in the right in 3, 2, 1. Pushing right side. Black. T'es où est-ce que vous? Non, lui dit. Et puis là. Ouais,
That's how you become a man, Angmar.
What was the goat? What was the mitigate? What was the monstre? Qui est monstre? Qui est le roi du monde de toi?
19 stacks.
C'est vrai qu'ils ont le TP. Fais attention. C'est come back, Go back, don't wait.
Assez des grids pour le content. Bah encore frérot, le mec il se barre alors qu'on a tué la moitié de la squad. Il a rien compris Rama. En plus ils sont en train de se barrer alors qu'ils ont une compo full mêlée. Et nous on a une compo full range. Il a aucun sens genre.
Speed on me in 3, 2, 1, speed. I might lower.
Fix the meta. The meta is great right now bro, don't touch anything.
Might on me, might. Gonna move through him in 3, 2,
You can fix the meta when people actually understand how to play the game.
Come again, take the vet in 3, 2, 1, take the vet, come right side.
Put your zoo and evoker. Well, people don't want to learn, you know.
Gonna go back, they're gonna take the vet, obviously go back in 3, 2, 1, go back.
They don't want to learn, they could just play it, you know, but they don't want to learn.
Spike in front, just spike him.
Don't want to learn, hit that in the face, bro.
Go back in 3, 2, 1, dodge back, repack on me, make the rest, gonna waze on him in 3, 2, 1, where's in the right, right side, debus me, cleave it here, gonna little back in the left in 3, 2, 1, back in the left, make rest, back me, kite him, gonna turn in 3, 2, 1, turn and spike on me, debus my feet, gonna go back in 3, 2, 1, go back now, gonna turn for spiking in 3, 2, 1, spike on my feet, spike on him, spike on front, and push into it, 1, push him no, just give the done, cleave it, come to the right side in 3, 2, 1, come to the right side, debus me, where's in 3, 2, 1, where's in front, and push the west, I get move, just push the west, push him again, cleave the done, cleave it, go back in 3, 2, 1, go back on. Try to make the best. pense qu'on va jouer comme ça, un peu plus en kite, en mode...
They don't wanna learn, you gotta teach them.
Un peu moins de lag, je pense. Je sais pas si vous avez moins de lag sur un fight comme ça ou sur un fight comme des bozos tout à l'heure, on se fait au corps à corps.
Non, fight comme un bozo mêlé, ça ira plus vite.
Ok.
Faut que 20 personnes dorment. Dès qu'il y a 20 personnes au sol, ça va mieux.
Faut tuer vite pour avoir accès aux rotations parfaites. Non, c'est chiant.
D'accord. Bah, on va être un bozo tiers du coup. Moi j'étais pas sûr, moi j'étais là, on va jouer chill, on va être heureux, on va être en paix.
La diversité, je vais donner my blood. Bro, that's how it's gonna be, man. That's what's great.
Ouais, déjà, voilà, on même qu'on lui dit une carte, hein. C'est plus ma chose que je lui dis. Moi je lui dis viens, bah ouais.
They got DH traps. They have 2 DH apparently.
They're in front,
That's one right, that's healing. That's the people healing and giving barrier.
On a pas dû un stop. Et là maintenant, c'est début des problèmes. Go back in 3, 2, 1, go back on me. Take care. These people here. Wait till the queue, 16.
Il arrive.
Speed on me in 3, 2, 1, speed on me, go back in 3, 2, 1, stability, go back, don't wait, make the rest, where's in 3, 2, 1, where's on my feet, where's on me, push him in 3, 2, 1, push him no, and damage on me, make the rest behind in the left, gonna push in the left in 3, 2, 1, push in the left side, push left side, damage on me, clear, go back in 3, 2, 1 dodge back, and stay, damage on me, make the rest on me, push him in 3, 2, 1, push him, damage on me, make the rest, go back in 3, 2, 1, come back no, gonna push in the left in 3, 2, 1, push in the left side, push in the left, make the rest, cliff, I'm okay, back on me, go back in 3, 2, 1, come back no, gonna where's on him in 3, 2, 1, where's on my feet, damage on me, cliff the done, cliff, okay, nice, 2 mètres. Bad chance. Aïe.
J'avoue que si les wells ils partent quand on les reçoit là, c'est pas le même délire.
Je pense aussi. Yeah, my bad, yeah, for the slacking at the start. Can port.
Moi j'étais pas en vocal, je t'ai vu AFK au start, j'étais en mode qu'est-ce qui se passe?
I was about to say, I think, like, just Paramoray running.
Yeah, it's everyone.
It's not contested. Probably. I mean, let's not go up on the key. Okay, that's like the last of the last.
Ça va, on peut
Yeah,
vraiment
that's Dibson.
les outplay juste en backpedal parce qu'on a genre petit évoqueur de renegade.
Sur le long terme, ils meurent parce qu'ils peuvent rien faire.
En fait,
ils ont.
ils sont obligés de push, du coup, c'est un peu de la merde pour eux. Genre,
Ils peuvent rien faire. Et s'ils courent, ils meurent. S'ils push, ils ont une chance de mourir. Mais c'est leur seule chance de gagner également, genre.
On perd le fight quand on cross. Bah, au moment où on cross, c'est le moment où on perd le fight. Alors que si juste on recule comme des petites zoulettes, hein. Ah oui, bozo, ça marche aussi.
Ah, moi je mets bien le mot bozo, je trouve ça plus sympa, mais. Zoulette, écoute.
Il y a un petit côté homophobe avec zoulette, donc c'est pas cool.
Oui, bah oui. I think they are flip in the.
Ouais, il doit faire des flips en bas.
Ouais. Peut-être que je peux me demander si on peut juste.
I'm surprised AP is not lagging. Bro, what the fuck do you mean? I'm pressing 20 times my itchings for them to go.
Il faut que je scroll tous mes.
The lag is unreal right now. Otherwise my rotation would be way faster and smoother.
Ah, majuscule.
It looks way better than my ping. Bro, I don't think that's ping issue right now.
Je suis spot.
I think it's literally just server issue. Like, it doesn't matter where you come from, you're gonna have the same lag as everyone else. Like, the server just doesn't care about whatever you do.
Ok, go GVG spot. Soit fun. Je sais pas comment dire.
What's your opinion? It's a PvE game for solo players.
Je pense que c'est le pire moment. Là, rotation possible pour y aller, mais c'est pas grave. La vie.
Prendre la hauteur, visite, c'est
Exactement.
Look how insane Evoker is, man. Even the CC is insane.
Bah, du coup, il joue quoi comme DPS en fait? Il joue des virs, c'est ça? DH?
Ils ont 2 évoqueurs, 2 DH, 2 corps guard,
Ok.
3 virt, 6 corps nécro. Et le reste c'est Untame, SPB, mais je pense que c'est du fil quoi.
Il joue tout. Il joue tout, littéralement.
Le fait Kite, ça va commencer le Lord DH en plus. Je parle de Kite, pas de Kite, de backpedal. C'est important que nos avocats puissent taper même quand on Kite.
Après quand
J'ai
je
la
vois
bonne
les
face,
skills
quoi.
de nécro, je peux te
En
dire
fait,
qu'on est plein à pas pouvoir caisse de skill. Parce que normalement on est beaucoup plus haut.
Rama, t'as pris 60k damage de... Bon après c'est du pad, hein, mais t'as pris 60k damage de Daybreaking Slash, Life Transfer et Symbol of Luminance, Exploding Spores, Burning Wrath, c'est le GS2. Et que des trucs de DH en fait.
C'est DH une pète. Pour 60k quand même. C'est méchant.
C'est quand même beaucoup, pour le coup.
On est pas très pack. Je sais pas si c'est lag. Lag ça va.
Après ça veut pas dire qu'on peut pas push, au contraire, ils ont vraiment très peu de DH, ce qui est bien pour nous. Mais ça sert à... De toute façon sur le long terme on gagne. Genre à tous les moves ils perdent 5 joueurs. Et c'est juste sur le long terme en fait, ils peuvent rien faire contre notre range. Ils n'ont aucune réponse.
Bon après tu peux push Well. Push les gars.
Ça te
Si
devine.
on ne laisse pas en first,
Mais
on
non.
laisse jamais partir.
Qu'est-ce qu'il fout là lui?
Ouais, c'est logique quoi. En tout cas avec le lag qu'il y a, je vois mal les laisse partir.
Après si on
Mais non.
arrive à prendre la distance rapidement.
Ce que je me suis dit, enfin, on a fait un fight comme ça à l'intérieur.
Damage.
Kite en
I mean the lag is
je suis pas
annoying.
sûr.
I feel like having 12k damage per second with lag is like already impressive, no? J'ai vu de la lumière, je suis rentré. Ouais, t'as vu un Guild Wars 3, hein. Mais en vrai, ah, désolé, mais c'est un peu de la merde, je pense. Pour le coup, c'est un prétexte parce qu'il y a vraiment beaucoup de joueurs qui reviennent sur Guild Wars 2 pour dire ah, je peux pas Guild Wars 3, alors que ça a aucun rapport. Mais c'est marrant parce que les gens reviennent quand même.
Petit cas.
I just wanted to see if you take the bait. Non, bro.
Parce qu'il fait pipi.
Il a cool.
Ah, très bonne idée ça.
Hélène.
Parti pisser.
Yeah, the quickness is a bit shit in my party. For sure. The party setup is I don't like this party setup. Like this needs to be a luminary, this needs to be a paragon, and this needs to be a harbinger. But the problem is that I need Tyke on Spectre because I'm perma focused. Like they have 3 Virts, 6 Cornex, and I'm Mr. Streamer top damage, and they're like kill him, you know. So I need Spectre for that. So that's already off for the Harb. That's why I kind of like having Power Harb. Like when I played the Power Harb build, I feel like you could fill the 4th spot because Corneck is like a lot of strips, but Harb is also a lot of strips. And that's like extra damage, which Harb doesn't have, I understand. But for like LE parties, I feel like it's still kind of worth it. Je vais prendre un mois off pour Guild Wars 3. Ben voilà. Au lieu de print Bitcoin qui s'arrache la gueule de toute façon.
Bien. Oui.
Harb feels so fast, love it. Yeah, I feel like the power build is actually great and can be a really good filler for core next spot whenever you have an ally in your party. Which means you can have literally 4 supports, like 3.5, which is the perfect setup for an evoker. Ninja should be Harb. Yeah, he should be Harb, right? Et puis tu me
Okay,
carry
10 seconds on. Speed on me in
on va aller faire pour les skills sur Guild Wars 3.
One, speed on me.
Je fais pas de
Speed, on might to the left.
PvE, enfin je les ai fait avant mais c'est fini maintenant.
One, might on me.
Tu capes
One might, on a move for him in 3.
Après on peut les faire avec
One, moving now.
avec 10 joueurs genre, ça peut être marrant.
Take the veil in 3, 2, 1, take the veil now, on a ways on him in 3, 2, 1, West on me, west on me, west on me, west on me, DPS me, push him, push west, push west, push west, push west, push west, clear the west, clear the west, clear the west, gonna go right, 3, 2, 1, come right side, come right side, come right side, gonna kite, 3, 2, 1, kite no, spike in the left, 3, 2, 1, spike in the left side, spike in the left side, spike in the left side, spike in front, go back in 3, 2, 1 dodge back, and reback on me, mitigate on me, DPS in front, gonna push right, 3, 2,
Bro, my
1,
itching
turn
is not
right
going.
side, turn right, clear me, little back, 3, 2, 1, a little back no, gonna turn for spiking, 3, 2, 1,
My itching didn't go because my... Ok.
Quand ils explosaient à la fin.
Non mais, t'as vu ce que t'as fait Rama? Juste la dodge back sur leur push, t'as vu ce que ça a fait ou pas frérot? C'est un massacre, gros.
À la fin, tous les évoqueurs étaient de
Ils n'ont aucune chance frérot, holy shit.
C'est plus agréable en plus, je pense. En termes de...
Ah mais là c'est sûr qu'il va mettre un gros W, hein. C'est sûr qu'il va mettre un gros W. Il a pas le choix, il a aucune chance.
Les évoqueurs, mettez tout à vos pieds, ok?
Tapez pas le parc, tapez juste au pied. Évoqueur DPS on your feet.
Tapez les pieds et cliver les downs, c'est vraiment tout ce qu'il faut faire.
Cleave the down, DPS on your feet, just this. Cleave the down, DPS on your feet, cleave the down, DPS on your feet, etc. Don't panic.
Non mais surtout, regarde l'arc DPS de tous les évoqueurs, c'est ridicule, genre c'est... Aïe.
On va se faire gronder par kill.
Ouais. Il va arriver en after, non mais les gars c'est pas normal, je comprends pas. Peut-être pas drôle.
Cette courbe de con là.
Voilà exactement. Bro,
rien,
did
enfin,
you see
il y a des
how
gens qui arrivent avec la
OP
classe qui
Evoker is?
Classe de pozo,
Holy shit bro.
y a pas de skill.
0
C'est ce que vous voulez. Hein.
Du padding.
Ah oui, c'est clairement le roi du padding. Le down contrib est faible en plus, enfin genre... PFD quoi.
Mais c'est pas aujourd'hui le nerf là? Enfin le prévu.
Demain.
Demain
21h
Non,
ou 20h.
Ah c'est ce soir?
Mais c'est ça le preview.
C'est pas mardi. Speed on me. Speed
Ouais, ils ont changé.
Marking the left in 3, 2, 1, might on me.
Where's the patch note? Soon bro, soon.
1, moving on, take the vet, 3, 2, 1, take the vet, dodge in 3, 2, 1, dodge him, gonna west behind 3, 2, 1, where's on me, gonna go right side, turn right, heavy ball, come right, go back 3, midwest, 2, 1, go back, gonna turn for spike in 3, 2, 1, spike on me, gonna go left in 3, 2, 1, turn left, damage me, stand level, gonna push in the right in 3, 2, 1, come in the right side, damage me not, cleave it, go back in 3, 2, 1, go back, dodge back, and spike on me in 3, 2, 1, spike in front, gonna push him in 3, 2, 1, pushing left, damage, where's on him in 3, 2, 1, where's on him, push west, that's me, cleave the down, cleave, go back, cleave again, gonna push him in 3, 2, 1, push him now, go back in 3, 2, 1, go back.
Lag,
Go back.
Ouais, ça look pas mal.
Ouais, je pense que c'est compliqué. N'hésitez pas à craquer un spirit dans le vide, même au start, le précast en mode fuck it.
Je pense que si tu veux optimiser tes wells là, il faut pas qu'on wells à distance parce qu'ils partent pas quand tu le demandes. Donc on a plus de chances de faire des dégâts au pied, tu vois. Ouais, non mais tu vois ce que je veux dire. Enfin, en tout cas, essaye pas de faire des wells distance quoi. Ça marchera pas.
Ouais, faut se concentrer à le faire sur la fin d'un move. Genre tu les vois bouger, et là au moment où tu commences à les voir bouger, là tu casses 3, 2, 1. Et à la fin de leur mouvement, c'est là où on bombe de ouf genre. Et
avec un peu de chance, tous les wells vont passer avec le lag, tu vois.
C'est ça, avec le 3, 2, 1, normalement ça devrait être ok.
Ok, c'est très bien.
Mon Ilu il a mis 5 secondes à proc.
Tu prends pas la tête, les mecs veillent après la fin de leur veille, le duel sur leur gueule. Ça marche.
Je me dirais que j'ai un stream que Épée l'a dit. Bah en même temps, à chaque fois que je le follow, c'est un truc tellement important quand tu lead. C'est bis, c'est complètement bis en fait. Avoir une coordination sur un CD aussi important, c'est tellement important.
Parce que si je fais pas nominatif, avoir tout spirit au moment, ça va être gênant.
Farewell for Evoker and Untamed. Nah, ain't no way, bro. You know, okay, listen. You know what would be the funniest shit of all time? If because of NA that are playing Untamed only. Only Untamed gets nerfed, but not Evoker. That would be the funniest shit I would ever see in my life in this game. That would be the funniest, bro. It's probably 1% chance to happen. But if that actually happens, that would be so funny. Merci, c'est quand Leeds en face s'arrête. C'est un philosophe qui a dit ça. I mean, people are gonna cry if that happens. You know, Kim. You know, I'm torn between two questions. I mean, two questions.
45.
Do they not want to, like, when I say they, I mean the entire Guild Wars 2 community, do they not want to play Evoker because it's very hard to play and they know they cannot? Or do they just really think that it's not that good and they're like convinced that something else can be better, but it hasn't been proven apart from Untamed Stack? But to be fair, it was proven when VF Bear decided it, so I would like to rematch that again. What time have you guys been playing this? Like 2 months now or something like that, maybe even more.
Take the 3, 2, 1, take the base, tell me, stay, where's in 3, 2, 1, where's on my feet, they come left side, turn left, go back in 3, 2, 1, dodge back, and kite him again, tell me, make the rest, gonna push in the left in 3, 2, 1, push in little left, go back in 3, 2, 1, go back, no, dodge back, don't wait, spike my feet, gonna go right in 3, 2, 1, turn right side, come right, damage me, stay on my feet, to me, stay, gonna push him in 3, 2, 1, stay on me, please, rest, push him in 3, 2, 1, push the done, please, I'm done, push, turn me, come to me, DPS me, go back in 3, 2, 1, go back, no, gonna where's in 3, 2, 1, where's on my feet, where's on me, where's safe, cleave, make the rest, cleave, don't fuck, gonna go left in 3, 2, 1, come left side, come left, turn right, push no done in 3, 2, 1, push the done, you see the done, cleave the done, gonna little back in 3, 2, 1, little back behind you, stay manable, gonna push no done in 3, 2, 1, push the done, GG, go back.
Attention, on se fait... Enfin, genre, on commence le fight, il est déjà au milieu de l'arène. Il commence un peu tôt, je pense.
Bien joué à Benz, parce que j'avais mon micro mute.
Ah, moi je trouve que mon heal ça fait one tap au start, du coup j'étais là
en mode,
ma vie est
bro,
compliquée, je veux switcher pour pouvoir
at the start, at the start of VF, okay, look at our DPS right now, okay?
Je ne peux pas...
Look at our DPS right now. Before, like at the start of VF, right, like when VF started playing this, all of those evokers, all of them, they were all like at half my damage, if not worse. Like all of them were barely like at my half, because I played it for like I played Spear since Catalyst Spear was a thing. Like since the expansion is out, I've been playing Spear Ellie, and I've been the only one playing Spear Ellie for ages. Yeah, I played it for a really long time now, and I've like when people saw the light in the spec and they were like, shit, we're gonna play it. It's actually only VF who just did that. Like, I mean, I was playing with VF on the spec, so I guess it makes sense that they kind of see the light through that, but like when they started playing it, everyone was dog shit on it. Like we were getting absolutely mauled to the point where we were like, okay, we switched to Untamed, okay, we switched to Evoker, okay, we switched to Untamed, okay, we switched to Evoker, and they were like, okay, we pick up something that actually works because you know we know that nobody wants to play Untamed. It's fucking dog shit compared to Evoker, so we're gonna play Evoker, and we've been grinding for like, I don't know, 1 month, 2 months, I think 3 months even. I don't remember when we started it, and now people are actually getting really good at it. People are actually sometimes beating me on RDPS, which is insane. And it's like now we're popping the fuck off, right? And with the last link, with like a few more people joining, with a few like very good players coming in, like now we're actually, I don't know, I'm not gonna say unbeatable because we lost, right? But it's like VF is like really stacked right now in terms of quality and meta understanding. And also we have me and some other people who are like commander backseating Grandma, who's like improving a lot, like around this comp, which just makes the perfect fit, you know. And like all together, I mean, you know, we just grinded. That's what it means. And people are not up for that sometimes because HAYA is not like, HAYA doesn't have a set comp. Well, clearly, Big doesn't have a second leader because they're playing 2-2-2-2-2.
2, 1, come back, no, come back, turn,
you know.
in 3, 2, 1, where's on him, push west, damage west, go back in 3, 2, 1, kite him, full kite him, turn in 3, 2, 1, damage on it, damage my feet, stay here, mitigate on me, clear, come right side in 3, 2, 1, come right, damage front, go back in 3, 2, 1, dodge back, and stay here, and damage in front, gonna push him in 3, 2, 1, push him no, push him no, cleave the done, cleave it, little back in 3, 2, 1, little back no, gonna turn in 3, 2, 1, turn no, in DPS in front, many dons, cleave it, push in 3, 2, 1, push the done, wells in 3, 2, 1, wells in the right, I think. GG, go back.
Pas du tout. Je vois pas comment il gagne, en fait. C'est genre trop fort.
I fucked up my volcano. Unlucky.
I can't have spell to
Yeah, like the class is so strong, but it's also so hard to play. And I feel like people are just not up to the grind, but it's worth it. Because look now.
Currently, like flip, I've just capped the tower,
It's hard
cap
to
one
do.
camp, cap one
Like,
out of
you need to understand the etching, the etching thing. Like you need to use all 3 spells in this area because otherwise you proc the volcano like I did. And if you don't do it, then it's like completely useless. Like this is completely useless. Like you absolutely need to proc it. So you have like a standing still mechanic when there's skill lag, when there's a lot of movement, and you also need to press all your CDs in a set rotation like PvE, which sounds easy to do, but it's actually not, because if you fuck it up, then you need to improvise, which makes it really hard at some point. Skill lag also makes that an issue, and you need to do that, all of that, while knowing that if you get hit once, or like if you're stuck or whatever, you legit one tap. You have like barely any HP, no stun break, no movement skills, and you know you're a fucking squishy alley. It's like you need to fix your movement, you need to fix your rotation, you need to set a proper target to like F5 everything, and you need to stay in the etchings. And all of that needs to be smooth, because you know the slower you are, the less APM you have, or the bad like aiming you put on the ground, like all of that contributes to the lack of damage. Like if you have perfect AoE positioning, if you have perfect rotation, if you have perfect target setup, then your damage is gonna be insane. But all of that requires like very big in-game knowledge of your class, of the enemy movement, of your own movement, and just like good gameplay in general. And a bot face is mandatory as well. Like if you don't have a bot face, it's already a killer. Not having a bot face on this class is literally a killer.
430.
Kata with 160 ping, love the rotation of getting aura to DPS more with Icebow when it was launched. Evoker from start was peak above Catalyst. Yeah, the F5 is insane. Like the F5 on Evoker is ridiculously OP. But it's fun. So, you know. If it's fun, why remove it, bro, you know?
C'est très gentil d'attendre les PS. Vraiment, je...
Imagine playing Entropist without a bot face, I would stab myself. Yeah, that's an example. Like playing Entropist without, like this is literally Entropist, or Entropist is literally Evoker, I would say. But it's the same. Like you have shit ton of AoEs to put in front, but you also need to fix your movements. Without a bot face, you're either like this, because you need to move and you need to put your AoEs at the same time. So it's like a shit ton of flicking, or you just have a bot face, which makes things a lot easier, but also a lot harder. Just fucking up a bot face kills you.
1. Moving, take the veil in 3, 2, 1, take the veil back in 3, 2, 1, go back, turn with, turn for the waves in 3, 2, 1, where's on me, go left in 3, 2, 1, come left side, come to the right, make the west, go back in 3, 2, 1, dodge back, kite him, turn in 3, 2, 1, turn out in DPS me, push to left side, push left side, give the done, go a little back in 3, 2, 1, a little back no, gonna push in the left in 3, 2, 1, push in the left, GG, go back.
J'ai beaucoup aimé ces wells là. Genre, tu fais ton désengage après le veil là comme t'as fait, et après tu wells à nos pieds. Et je pense que ça les évoqueurs ils aiment beaucoup parce qu'ils ont pas besoin de se déplacer pour les poser. Enfin pour poser le DPS.
Je pense. En fait, vu qu'il est obligé d'avancer, bah chef, hein, pour...
C'est ça, ouais, tu wells à nos pieds, tu backpédales.
Alors le match de la revanche, ils nous ont pris un round en vrai, parce qu'on a fait de la merde.
Yeah, don't BM, respect.
pas, je crois qu'on reste personne hein, depuis tout à l'heure. Je pense pas qu'on fasse des kills en vrai. Enfin, kill fasse des kills en tout cas.
I know it's big, I know it's maybe your friend, or maybe
You know, 90% player base is gonna complain because they don't multi-class. They won't play Evoker, so rather bin it. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, right? Like the people that are not playing Evoker to this day, like the alliances that are trying to play PvP and trying to be competitive, that are not playing Evoker stacking, either don't want to grind shit out of it, or they actually think that it's bad. Which either way. It doesn't make sense to me, but I guess we're different breeds, right? Like I would always play what's the hardest and also the most rewarding because it's fun. That's my fun. Having 12k HP, the adrenaline of like making single mistakes kills you is like it's my go-to, you know. Like I've always played full Zerg builds, like no armor, no HP, nothing. If I could remove 3k HP to have 3k more power, I'd fucking do it, dude. I wish that was the thing. Because in this game, unless you're Giga Target, which is a bit annoying, unless you're Giga Target, you can actually avoid any kind of damage that actually kills you if you play well. And that's fun. That's what's fun about the game. It's like playing Souls games. It's like playing Souls games, but you're actually smurfing it. It's so fun. It's so fun. Like you just you know, you're just confident in your mechanics, in your knowledge, and because of that, you can make the best out of whatever you're doing. That's just the greatest feeling.
Slashy, il a fait 2 leads.
Bah oui, mais le mec est au courant.
Mec, c'est.
Oh, mais 2 leads, il est super bien placé.
Le mec est au courant que Slashy a lead. Il y a pas tout le monde dans le MCM.
C'est Slashy qui fait la tier list.
Le MCM.
C'est Slashy qui a fait.
Slashy qui a fait la tier list, c'est possible.
Ah, mais même toi, Miss, t'as pas lead beaucoup, si? Je sais pas.
Ah, après, peut-être il a vu que j'avais lead un peu chez VF en vocal 3 fois en 2026, quoi.
Ouais, voilà, c'est ça.
Where's my playlist?
I don't see my playlist. Sur CBE la semaine dernière, pour moi.
Oh, there you go.
Déjà, il est marqué Summer de
Ok.
Les notes, c'est de la merde. Une tier list, c'est S, A, B, C, D. Voilà.
Alors, il va peut-être avoir un moment bizarre et gênant. Où les flics vont passer derrière notre dos.
Ah.
Je vous donne l'info.
Les gars, j'ai une question. Il se passe quoi quand le stream il commence?
Ah. Bon alors là.
Ah, c'est quand même important quoi.
Bah.
C'est la fin des Evokers.
Ou alors la fin d'Untamed, ce qui serait hilarant.
Ça me fait rire, ça m'en a. Bonne soirée.
Leader system game et pas Evoker.
Ah mais je pleure de rire si ça arrive hein. Je le jure, je pleure de rire.
S'il y a une
nerf
classe
Untamed et pas Evoker.
C'est sûr qu'ils vont nerf Untamed.
10 seconds. Speed on me. Speed. Might in the left in 3, 2, 1. Might on me. Might. Go move through him in 3, 2, 1. Moving now. Moving. Take the veil in 3, 2, 1. Take the veil now. Go back in 3, 2, 1. Go back. Turn to the west in 3, 2, 1. Where's on my feet? Where's on me? Damage me. Come little right. Gonna go back in 3, 2, 1. Dodge back. Gonna go right again in 3, 2, 1. Come right hat. Come on, it's back in front. Gonna turn left in 3, 2, 1. Turn the left side. Turn left. Step on the me. Deep is me. Gonna repush him in 3, 2, 1. Melee clash on him in the right. Push right side. Damage me. Deep is me. Make the rest. Go back in 3, 2, 1. One dodge back. Stay on me. Stay. Gonna push in the right in 3, 2, 1. Come in the right side. Deep is me. GG, go back. GG.
I'm trying my best tequila because the lag is real. When I drop my hologram, I'm like, okay, nothing to do for 8 seconds. Let's go. Or 10 actually.
Stop taunting me.
Les gars, c'est une nerf Evoker, on joue quoi? Renegade?
Ouais, mais j'ai le back Renegade de retour. Le BTP.
Ouais, le Raker. En fait, j'ai l'impression que. Enfin. C'est vrai que c'est une bonne idée, mais je pense que Renegade c'est un peu un counter de Surlocker. Genre, c'est naturellement sous counter. Poser des arrows par terre. Poser des arrows par terre et courir, c'est Renegade. C'est trop fort sur Renegade. Et justement, sur
moi, c'est classe à timing. Tu sais bien jouer ces timings, tu parles des trucs.
Ouais. Mais bon, est-ce que tu peux vraiment press W sur des Renegades? Je sais pas.
Je sais pas si les dégâts sont si signifiants que ça en Renegade pour empêcher de
Ouais, on verra. Mais je pense que Renegade stacking c'est pas mauvais. Genre. En fait, les dégâts sont. Les dégâts qui tiquent sont pas mal.
En fait, ça dépend ce que les gens try. Si les gens ils commencent à try genre 4 supports par groupe, il y a un monde où t'as des compos DH, amalgame qui peuvent.
Ouais. C'est vrai que si une nerf Evoker, il y aura peut-être plus assez de dégâts dans la méta pour casser les balles.
Quand si tu commences à faire des vrais compos mitigate, ça va vraiment être compliqué. Ouais. Tu vas pas tous des compos mitigate avec du Renegade, ça passera pas.
Un super counter à Evoker et même Untamed, c'est des compos 4 supports.
Après, si les gars, est-ce qu'on peut imaginer comment il nerf Untamed? Parce que ça peut peut-être impacter le druide aussi.
Pour moi, c'est comme faire comme mécaniste, ils vont tirer la barre d'HP du de
Est-ce que druide ne serait pas impacté par ce nerf?
Oui, mais j'ai un autre
druide est à ça de sortir de la méta.
Il y a que deux arguments, et un ennemi même. Le pet et le spirit. Parce que le 1,5 c'est le pet, c'est le spirit, c'est fait nerf déjà.
Speed on me.
T'as des alternatives comme spirit.
Might in the left in 3, 2, 1. Might on me. Might. I move through him in 3, 2, 1. Moving now. Take the veil in 3, 2, 1. Take the veil, gonna go left in 3, 2, 1. Come left. Dodge left. Where's behind you in 3, 2, 1, where's on me in the right side, where's on me in the right side, turn right, turn right, turn right, turn right, turn right, turn right, stay on the ball, stay on the ball, stay on the ball, continue a little right, continue a little right, continue right, go left in 3, 2, 1, dodge left, 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 and DPS on me, DPS on me, DPS on me, stay here, stay here, stay here, gonna go right in, stay on my feet, stay on my feet, stay on me, stay on me, stay on me, gonna go right in 3, 2, 1, turn right side, 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 turn again, gonna stay monoball on me, stay here, stay here, stay here, stay here, go left in 3, 2, 1, come left side, come left, come left, come left, stay here, stay in, DPS on your feet, DPS on your feet, DPS on your feet, DPS on me, back on me, back on me, back on me, DPS on me, DPS on me, cleave it, GG
West 5.
GG. Answer to keep.
West 7.
You need to dodge, they can't press buttons anyways. Why would you dodge? What do you plan to dodge?
Après, il y a un timing où tu nous as mis un peu en danger, Romain, mais c'est le moment où il nous pousse dessus et t'as standstill le tross. Là, il y avait juste un cross à faire à Stéphanie. Hein.
Ouais, j'ai eu peur que les gens n'arrivent pas à cross et que je tente bombe.
Ouais, logique. Mais c'est plus dangereux pour les ailés de mitigate que de cross. Moi j'ai cross perso.
Tu peux pas rester sur toi, impossible.
Non mais ça vous avez bien fait là. En fait j'étais en mode, vu qu'il commence à stack des untame, j'étais en mode on va sûrement terminer la soirée en mode je suis le poteau, il va tourner autour de moi. Alors, je vais pas vous mentir, je suppose qu'il va avoir moins de lag, mais je ne suis pas convaincu.
Un peu de lag au début des fights.
Moi ce que je suis convaincu c'est que le stream de Guild Wars est starting soon TM. Et que je l'ai bien à ma droite. Je suis prêt à... Oh là là!
Excuse me. I am Roy Marks, and today I am joined by none other than BiG Cohen and Taylor Trigg Brooks.
Les retours que j'ai.
How are you fellas doing today?
Ils se font backseat leur lead. et ils leur disent de.
How are we doing today? Good, I suppose. I guess we're good. It's an exciting day.
Et la foot.
I hope so.
We have a balanced preview on a Monday.
Permet
Oh, yeah,
feedback.
Yeah,
It's a little bit
things up a little bit.
unusual. But obviously, you know,
Oui, clairement.
some holidays disrupt
Volez la
usual
foot, nourrissez
plans.
voilà, soyez des voleurs.
We
Taille de foot,
figured
taille
it
de foot.
out. We have the technology to stream on a Monday.
Yes, I need true if you can play true.
I will be keeping an eye on the chat for a couple minutes in case there's any audio issues, so please feel free to let us know if there are. Hopefully there won't be. You know, we do our best here. But yes, streaming on a Monday.
Roy is running the stream, so it will be fine.
Refresh the banner, refresh
It's not like Taylor and I run the stream, it's always a disaster.
Do you need
It's not like I've ever forgotten to, you know, have the audio on the VOD. That's never happened.
Currently it's okay.
Yeah, you can give your... Yeah.
Taylor, how you doing today?
One of our guys can leave.
Feeling good, excited for this patch. You know, we've had a lot of amazing franchise news, but now we're here to give you some amazing balance news.
Absolutely.
I'll tell him.
Okay. Is there anything we want to mention before we get into the notes themselves? Any overviews?
I mean, as usual, you know, like this is the preview for the balance patch that will be coming July 14th. So there's still a little bit of development time to action. Feedback that you guys might have after watching the post will be made on the forums right after the stream. I'll press the button. You can read all the patch notes and then give us your feedback there.
Yeah, Roy's looking good.
Obviously, we're still working on a few things. You know, there's a handful of numerical changes that we're still working on. But the idea is that for the preview, the bulk of the big changes are done and implemented and available for everyone to see. And make sure you give your feedback. We do read all the feedback, and we do tend to make some number of adjustments based off that feedback between the preview and the patch.
Let's go.
Yeah, we did not do a stream for the last balance stream, which was mostly aimed at, I believe, and feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, curbing a lot of the power scaling or power levels that we had seen in the game. I don't know if you want to talk at all about that, or if you would like to, is this patch going to be kind of a similar situation where we're mostly looking at a lot of numbers adjustments, or are we kind of thinking or shifting a little bit from that with this patch?
There's a good mix of numerical changes and functional changes. Obviously, we touched a lot of numbers in the last patch, and things landed in various levels of where we wanted to. Some things are still a bit too high. Some things are, a little bit lower than we'd like to see. So there will be some buffs in here as well to some of those things that landed a little bit lower than we expected. But there's also, a good number of reworks in here that'll try to, numerical changes are still important, even if they're not the most exciting. They do still have impact on the meta and how you interact with your skills and whatnot. But I know players love to see the reworks, and they're generally more exciting, and we do have a good number of those as well.
I don't know. Numbers get me excited. But maybe I'm the odd one out. Anyways, let's get into it. We can
the numbers get me excited too, bro. Which numbers did you change now?
For the balance patch.
Is the real question everyone is looking for.
And we're going to start off with Warrior.
Okay.
First, starting off with Sword, a couple of reworks that we're talking about. Sword was a weapon that...
Yeah, it looks good. More mob, yeah, it looks good for Warrior, yeah.
It had a pretty good immobilize on the burst skill, but the other skills were not pretty good. And we wanted to see if we could make the weapon more interesting for everyone. So starting off Savage Leap, it's not going to inflict bleeding. This skill was pretty good, but we just wanted to make sure you can use it offensively when you want to. I think main thing for the sword is wanted that offensive pressure to be something it can do rather than just the mobility. A lot of times you use it for escape. Final Thrust is getting...
The F1 is dealing actual damage now, right?
A two-part skill.
So depending on the adrenaline you got.
Swing your blade in front of you and deal an immobilizing strike, and then you're going to follow up with that thrust. That final thrust was. It's going to lose its execute threshold and all that to just become a more consistent skill, and that's where the immobilize is going to be on the kit. The immobilize was something that was not really healthy that we see it. Flurry was where it came from, and it was instant. You press Flurry and instantly people get immobilized. A lot of the time, you would press Flurry and then stow your weapon and do anything else. You didn't actually want to use the rest of the Flurry skill, and that's not something we really want to see. So Flurry is getting a full rework. It's becoming a skill known as Bloodthirster. You're going to swing your blade around yourself and then inflict bleeding on people. And then after you hit people, you're going to heal yourself, healing based on how heavily they were bleeding. This is going to be an AoE skill, so it can hit multiple targets, and it's going to heal you only based on one target, but it's going to pick the target that's bleeding the most, so you can get the most value from that bleeding. So hopefully we can see Sword become a weapon that you can do a lot more dueling with, and deal some pretty good damage without having to be locked in those
Is there a cap on that bleed threshold? What if I hit an enemy with 1500 bleed stacks?
There is. The cap's at 25, so you're not going to get a full heal on like some world boss in PvE. In competitive mode, that cap is pretty high, so you should be not feeling it in PvE. It's still a pretty good healing amount. And there is a baseline bleeding, so if you hit someone with 3 bleeds, you're still going to get a decent amount of healing. But hopefully it adds more fluidity to the kit, and it feels a better weapon to play with.
I don't know. Yeah. 1500 bleeding stacks should be quite a bit. I wonder if we've ever gotten up there. That would be
yeah, it's not gonna change anything for Zerging. The sword is the same as usual. Maybe it's gonna be good in PvP.
Enable some duelist builds a little bit. Is this more of a, or is this kind of aimed at trying to change or enable a specific warrior build, or is this kind of a, oh, we have a weapon that's maybe a little bit outdated in the modern Guild Wars 2 era, or a bit of both?
I know.
Yeah, I think Sword is definitely, Sword main hand is supposed to be a condition weapon, has a lot on it, but it really wasn't performing as such. A lot of condition builds. Berserker in particular would want to go like Mace for that Berserker burst, and sometimes Sword was used, but a lot of other classes, Sword was just not there for it, and they were looking to other weapons, so we want to make sure that main hand condition Sword is there for what you wanted to be doing.
Alright, moving on. Got some more core.
Oh, that Elfen Dagger is buffed.
Yep. These, the first two are dagger changes. Okay. Dagger similarly.
Dagger is buffed. The 5 is different.
Dagger 5 is getting a.
It's not reflecting anymore.
Dagger 4, we felt like the skill is pretty cool. It does what we wanted to. Pretty big damage, some boon removal, especially when you get that bonus. But it wasn't quite hitting hard enough. So we're increasing the power coefficient in competitive modes, so it can really match something like offhand mace for the pressure. But Bladestorm was a channeled skill that I think in its best days it was just a bad whirling axe. It didn't really deal as much damage. It kind of had some defensive components, but people really didn't want to use that skill ever. So we're going to try and like lean it to more of a utility skill as being renamed Hush Blade, and it's basically going to be a single strike. So you're going to do that sweep, like one of the sweeps you do in Bladestorm, and it's going to daze enemies. So it does have that long range cone part of it. It's like 300 range, so you can get pretty good distance from your enemy. It does pretty well with like Spellbreaker things. No escape, that's going to make it immobilized. It's going to be on the lower cooldown side, so in PvE it has 1 charges, in competitive mode it's only 1, but so in PvE it'll be pretty good at upkeeping attackers' inside stacks while still also doing some decent damage, so hopefully offhand dagger is something you want to play on Spellbreaker now. In competitive mode it should be pretty good, again, for dueling, something Spellbreaker wants to do, to, you know, keep up with those 1v1s.
Cool.
And then we have for Hammer, these are just some damage bonuses for PvE. After the patch we had, we noticed that Hammer was doing a bit too low. The numbers surrounding Hammer, like defense, we were happy with, but Hammer itself we felt could use just a little more, so buffing up.
Can someone ask Kill how much fun he had this fight? Because I can tell he got 0 fun out of that fight.
Straightforward. And moving on,
he got feared for 6 seconds with super speed, came back, died. GG, it was over.
Decent number of Bladesworn updates for this patch. We see kind of on the first set of skills here is we're allowing you to get a little bit of movement while, you know, channeling, holding your Dragon Slash, preparing your Dragon Slash.
Arctic Star, the 25 on the Dagger 4 is actually kind of insane.
There's
the skill deals like 20k damage already.
Not be full speed, obviously, but having that little bit of extra mobility allows you to position a little bit better, or, you know, avoid things that you might otherwise not be able to. So that's just what we see here. Some nice little mobility update for Dragon.
Isn't that shit like really good for PvE?
Kind of move during the casting.
Like this shit is really good for PvE.
A little bit more flexibility in how you're able to use these skills.
A lot of Bladesworn enjoyers in the chat, it looks like. Sorry, go ahead, Taylor.
Important to call out with Boost that it's becoming ground targeted. So before it would send you the full distance in one direction, but now Boost, if you only want to go just a little bit of that, you can target it and it'll bring it to you. It feels pretty fluid.
Pour l'instant, ils ont rien dit. C'est des changements. Le F1 de la sword, il immobe plus. Maintenant, c'est le 3 qui immobe. On va voir. Sinon, il n'y a rien d'important. Ouais, le F1 c'est un lifestyle maintenant, c'est un peu de la merde, et le 3 c'est
moving into some of the more exciting changes here. You see, you know, some improvements to some of the utility skills. The big changes here are coming from the traits here at the bottom. We're going to see a few different reworks to the add up traits, and these are going to try to introduce some additional playstyles for Bladesworn. So we see Swift as the wind becoming sharp as the wind. This is going to modify a lot of the gun saber skills and the dragon slash skills to be more condition focused. So, Condi Bladesworn, hopefully something that is going to be a bit more viable. You know, you can obviously play with the new sword, you can play with the new trait to get, essentially the Condi version of all of the Bladesworn skills. And similarly, we have River's Flow here is going to be more of a supportive shift in those skills as well. This is going to be, Bladesworn is probably going to be a little bit more of that unorthodox support character that we've seen in a few cases where, maybe not the most expected elite spec to play a support build, but we've seen some of these definitely work out, and Core Rear does have a decent number of support tools available to them. So, we've had a decent amount of excitement from this trait internally, and we want to really see how it plays once it's actually out there for the greater player base. So maybe support Bladesworn, Condi Bladesworn, these can be additional playstyles for Bladesworn, which is obviously a very good power DPS at the moment, but not a whole lot outside of that.
Right, moving on. Even more Bladesworn changes.
Back to the middle, one back to the
Bladesworns are eating good today.
More Bladesworn changes. We see a lot of the supportive elements here. We see, again, strike and condition damage coming from Fiercest Fire. It's based off ammunition spent, Again, just trying to flesh out those playstyles for the Condi build and the support build that don't have a whole lot of trait support right now because we didn't really expect them to exist, but now that we're kind of expecting them to exist, we now see, Unshakable Mountain giving some barrier to allies, Immortal Dragon granting protection to allies, and then Daring Dragon. This is, in addition to its current functionality, it's just going to kind of improve your dragon slash skills, and that's going to affect all the different variations of dragon slash, whether it's the power version or the Condi version or the more supportive version.
Aucun.
Ouais,
On est
j'ai
d'accord.
jamais vu ça.
Now,
Donc, tu m'expliques
this
pourquoi
might
est-ce
be
qu'il
slightly
a
out
pas
of the
poussé alors
scope
qu'on dit
of
coq, je les
this
crosse?
balance stream,
Bizarre quand même.
so feel free to expand on this as little or as much as you like, but
Ça,
do
c'est
you
quand même
feel
plus
that
suspect,
this
quand
is
même.
kind of something that was always sort of intended for Bladesworn to
Parce que
have these
vraiment, le fait que
multiple
là, on soit
different
là
build
et que
types, could be
prennent son
playing
value qui
Condi,
s'arrête,
could be
ça
playing
n'a pas de
support,
sens.
obviously a lot of, as a power
Guys, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what the fuck they're doing to Bladesworn, but it doesn't look good.
With these changes, I just kind of feel
Like, the only thing that is actually kind of good is the fact that you can move with the dragon thing,
I think we
but
like
there's
to
no
introduce
damage buff
options,
anywhere or
especially for
world.
specs that don't have
Not
as
talking about
many,
PvE.
It's not that
But,
every
yeah,
elite spec
it's like they're trying to make it so that it does everything, but nobody's gonna play it because it does everything like shit.
Lock into.
More people.
But we do feel like Bladesworn was a bit limited in. It essentially had like one.
Yeah, maybe PvP sounds way better for side noting and stuff.
Doing that, but we felt that a lot of the traits, there was an opportunity to leverage some of the lesser used traits or some of the traits that didn't play as well with like the core Bladesworn playstyle to introduce an alternative build. It's always going to be a DPS build, so we felt that adding
Do
the
you think you should get to move with the dragon sword? Is it like full movement or is it like walking?
And then the support build, it's
if it's
definitely
like full movement, it's kind of
Bladesworn has
insane.
had some more bruisery elements in the past. Obviously, Unshakable Mountain's kind of been that big, iconic, competitive trait that has driven Bladesworn's viability, whether it's too strong or too weak. A lot of Bladesworn's viability has been around the strength of Unshakable Mountain, but a lot of these supportive elements will obviously be beneficial to you as well. So it's kind of almost enhancing like the more bruisery playstyle of Bladesworn, but then
Imagine you're
also
limping.
extending to your
Yeah,
allies.
right. But that's what I'm thinking they're gonna
It
do.
might be something that doesn't
Because full
necessarily
speed
work
movement's gonna be insane as
in
well.
practice, but I think that we can. We want to see how it plays. Like I said, we've been playing with it internally. There's a decent amount of excitement, so we want to see how it plays once more people get their hands on it. But this could end up shifting to just be more focused on like that bruisery Bladesworn with more of the self-sustain and control-y aspects. But the support Bladesworn could be pretty interesting as well.
All right, awesome. Thank you for that. And all right, that's going to wrap up the warrior changes. So we're going to be moving on.
What the fuck? The sword 3?
The first thing for Thief, pretty big.
What the fuck is the sword 3? It's not a Dutch frame anymore.
For the longest time in competitive modes was not a really skill you wanted to press, and in PvE it really wasn't used for its damage, which you would think it was. It's more used for the control from it. if you were to press it. So we decided
Wait, the Shadow Refuge. Wait, the Shadow Refuge though.
Headshot.
Wait a second.
Really, what you wanted to have a complete kit was just a skill that did damage. And BiG cooled it. So it's now going to be changed and reworked to flawless execution. You're going to spin around while you shoot your pistol at nearby enemies and also strike. So it's going to be a skill that's similar to Whirling Wrath. You'll shoot your pistol at targets that it's not going to do random angles like Whirling Wrath. It'll shoot to targets, so it'll actually hit them and strike them. And at the end, you'll do a powerful forward slash when you come out of the spin. So hopefully this ends up being a DPS skill that makes Sword Pistol a weapon set that is more desirable in all game modes. You know, in PvE should do pretty good damage, so use it as just DPS. In competitive mode, you can find the right opportunities to go in. You are pretty vulnerable. It's not an evade or anything while you're spinning around, so you need to make sure that you're not going to get blown up when you go in. But hopefully it does, you know, enough damage. You have the Sword Pistol, stealth in, you know, go in with Infiltrator Strike and then hit them for pretty big damage. So Sword Pistol, hopefully weapon set that's back on the menu. That's not just like, usually it was, you know, you play something like Scepter Dagger.
Full screen unlimited target? You mean like Shadow Refuge?
You swap the Sword Pistol, but we want this to be kind of the main reason that you want to play the weapon.
We did get a new animation. Taylor said he was going to demonstrate the animation for us.
I had to stand up. It's a lot. You like spin around, do a lot of slashes. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
A lot of gunshots, actually.
Did you do the mocapping for the?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, awesome. All right, very cool. Taylor inserting himself into the game in Thief, very nice. All right, and then we also see some other updates to some other utility skills.
Yep, these are kind of miscellaneous things. That's advanced. It's going to get some QOL of how to use the skill. So when you are kneeled and you press
debilitating condition cross. Yeah, I mean it can't be worse than Plague Lands.
Cover, so kind of go forward. A lot of times you're putting that cover in front of you anyways, so you just want to move forward through it to get that combo, that stealth. And then also, alternatively, while you are standing on cover, you can make ground targeted skill. So if you don't necessarily want to go forward and you're still kneeled, you can use it to ground target close to yourself or behind, what have you. So just more control over where this is leading you to hopefully be better in, you know, those moments where you're in terrain that it gets really wonky.
Non, il n'y a pas encore Necro. Ils ont fait que War, et War, il y a eu des changements plutôt impactants quand même. Surtout pour le PvP, je pense, Esprit. Pour le MCM, il n'y a que dalle. Enfin, si. En gros, je te fais le BABA. Le sort F1, ça IMO+, c'est le 3. Le F1, maintenant, c'est un lifesteal. Blade Sound, tu peux bouger. Et il y a beaucoup de passifs qui ont changé. Blade Sound, c'est genre quand tu charges la Blade, tu peux bouger. Et il y a la Dagger qui a été rework. La Off-Hand Dagger. C'est ok.
That's pretty good. You can use it, fight people within it, but when they leave, you can also leave and get that advantage on them.
Bien sûr, quel esprit de merde, mais je pense que des gens vont encore tester ces trucs parce qu'ils ont rajouté pas mal de boon et de lifesteal là. My bot face just went to fucking Narnia, bro.
Random conditions by people, and it made them like, oh my god, that's so annoying. But it was just like an annoyance. It wasn't really worth ever using. But now it is going to grant you stealth and swiftness and remove movement impairing conditions to yourself. So pretty get out of dodge skill. Increase the cooldown in competitive modes is pretty strong, but hopefully, you know, a lot more utility gives this, you know, some room to shine and be its own skill. Then lastly, we have Shadow Refuge. Shadow Refuge, as people remember, at the very beginning of this game, was very strong skill, and then, you know, the strategy against it was, you know, the thief can't leave it, they're going to get revealed, so you just cleave down, and those strategies have gotten a lot more prevalent. So we're adding some condition damage and strike damage reduction to allies inside the Shadow Refuge to, you know, when you're inside it, be an actual refuge for you, take reduced damage. You're also going to get that healing from it, does some pretty nice healing.
Oui, quand on parle de Blade Sword, ouais, génial frérot. Pourquoi la nerf Wildfire et tape sur le doigt de Spire? Mais pourquoi? Pourquoi Wildfire ce serait nerf? C'est quand même vraiment nul. Genre Wildfire c'est quand même vraiment à chier.
There's actually a spider coming right towards me.
Oh.
So I did get distracted for a minute. No, it's totally fine, but some people may have noticed me looking like off the camera.
That's scary.
That was me looking at the spider.
Yeah.
The only thing scarier than the spider you see is the spider that you can no longer see.
Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't stealth, right?
No, it's still there. I can see it.
Yep. All right, moving on. Hopefully Cal will stay with us and not have to run away. I would have left the room, but
It's not a big spider. If it was a big spider, I'd be out of the room by now.
Wait, even the odds?
Trait updates, even the odds. It's no longer going to apply might, but
improvisation.
Conditions. I think here we really wanted to lean into deadly arts, applying some.
Wait, Panic Strike is OP, no?
Because it
What's
has
the threshold?
poison for condition damage builds, but it also really wants to be that like power line where you inflict these debilitating.
Wait, the Rending Shade?
From the minor traits, so. Cripple and blindness, from your self attack. That can be a pretty good
that's all PvP. That's all PvP setup.
And then the cripple to just give another unique condition. So hopefully even the odds is a more appealing option. Improv is now going to give Spectre some additional.
It's all PvP.
You know, obviously, improv doesn't do anything for Spectres because they don't have stolen skills, so they can't use anything. So while you still get the cooldown. Reductions from using it, we want this little added bonus. You know, potent poisons is pretty much what you always.
Bro, if they're doing balance patches for roaming, then we're fucking cooked, bro.
Lotus poison is now going to get poison. So just another tie-in for the power builds that want to use deadly arts. You know, the poison here. You're still inflicting it, but it's not going to do much damage. You're getting that heal reduction, but now the mine on top of it should be an extra reward, help it feel good. Panic Strikes.
J'ai pas l'impression que ça nerve vraiment. Enfin, les traits pour moi, c'est très générique de type.
A long time ago was really good, but over time got nerfed due to its uncontrolled.
Roaming, clowning, and clouding balance patch, bro, that would be insane.
We don't like those health threshold ones, so we're changing it now that it's a set number of conditions. So I think it's either 3 or 4. So once they have that many unique conditions, you're going to get that. So it should be a lot more controllable with even the odds and like poison on steel, stuff like that. It's going to be pretty easy to hit those, so you know that you're going to get immobilized.
Where's on me, take care, mitigate, MVU, go right side in 3, 2, 1, dash right,
deadly arts stack up better
dash
with things like Shadow Ward,
make those on me, go back to the left,
lastly, Rending Shade, it's going to get some unique functionality. Instead of inflicting fear, it's going to destroy the barrier on self-attacks.
One push, middle,
should be pretty, you know, pretty niche, we think, but sometimes niche things are pretty interesting for what they can do. So, you know, specific bosses in PvE can break that barrier, kind of like Amalgam got the ability to do. Or in PvP versus certain builds that may not have a lot of boons, you can steal their boons, hit them with the second attack, it's going to rip the barrier for a lot of bursts. But then we can move on to the last changes for Thief, which are going to be Deadeye, which are 2 changes, but I think they're pretty impactful. The first one is Deadeye's Mark is now going to be fully instant, and on top of that, it is going to shadow step you like normal steel when you use a melee weapon. This should hopefully open up a lot of build opportunities for Deadeye in competitive modes. You know, when you have those melee weapons like dagger or sword, you really want that shadow step option, but Deadeye didn't bring it, so you felt like you had to use these ranged weapons to make value for it, but now you can do things like Deadeye's Mark into Cloak and Dagger and then Backstab. Malicious Backstab is a very strong skill. It does 10% more damage.
The Deadeye, bro.
So that's a lot of damage. So, you know, Glass Cannon, Deadeye's
the Deadeye, though.
So hopefully, I've been playing with it. It's pretty fun to play with. I feel like people
what the fuck?
So this is pretty exciting. And then Silent Scope. This trait has been reworked. Before this granted you stealth on dodge with a rifle, which was incredibly strong to the point that.
Ah, ça fait des trucs vraiment bizarres là en Deadeye. Hein. Ça va être vraiment bizarre le Deadeye là. Deadeye is gonna be really weird.
Not healthy to have this mechanic. So we are removing that, and now the trait is going to give you precision with extra precision when you get stealth. To get, you know, more opportunities for crits, some bonuses for stealthing, but not give you that very easily accessible source of stealth.
Wait, but
question about the
can you stab 5 Deadeye F1?
Oh, I was going to mention that this is also kind of
and ironically, can you stab 5 Deadeye F1? Is that possible?
Sources, you know, we are taking away.
Is that actually possible now, or no?
From Deadeye, but now
there's it's instant shit,
more
you know.
interesting options in the utility slot, which, you know, obviously are going to be longer cooldown, but a bit more controllable. Because we did have pretty big concerns with Silent Scope.
Yeah. I was just going to quickly ask for the Deadeye's Mark change. So it says only melee weapons, right? So obviously not if you're using a ranged weapon. Is this does that work if you're using a dagger in the offhand or only main hand?
It does check your main hand. Gotcha. So if you're something like pistol dagger, it will not teleport you. You have to be dagger pistol, for example.
Cool. Awesome. All right. As Taylor said, I think this is it for the Thief changes, but some very interesting stuff. Some cool Deadeye changes. Some nice stealth buffs there. And we're moving on to Revenant.
All right, we got some Revenant changes. So first couple notes here. Again, Hammer landing a little bit below where we'd like to see after our big PV damage pass. So a couple of nice damage increases here, hopefully to bring it a little bit more in line. Right of the Great Dwarf, this is getting kind of more of like a shuffle around how the functionality works. Right now it's obviously just a large strike damage reduction that then becomes a strike and condition damage reduction when you have Burst in Stone. We are shifting that around so that it's going to be lower damage reduction, but it will always give you strike and condition damage reduction, and then if you have the trait, it will bring it up to that 50% number. So this will make it just a lot more reliable for builds that either want to take a different Grandmaster trait in that slot, or they want to play a different trait line entirely. You'll still be able to play Jealous, get Right of the Great Dwarf is like a pretty powerful defensive skill, and it will feel just a little bit more consistent than it does right now. On to some Renegade changes. So a lot of trait reworks here, or trait updates here, because we felt that a lot of the Renegade traits are the most exciting or the most impactful. There's a little bit of wasted space, kind of, so we felt that we could rework a few things here. Ashen Demeanor, this is just one of the added traits getting a little bit of a rework. Might Resistance and Fervor on healing skill. We had the Resistance trait in the Master Tier slot that hasn't been seeing a ton of play, Bold Reversal. We still think it's like a valuable valuable boon, and putting it on kind of a easier to or a less competitive trait slot, because obviously the add-up traits are all your Kala's Fervor traits. So now you're still going to be getting your Fervor, but now you can get Resistance, you can get some Might as well. Could be slightly more appealing, and then give access to that resistance. That's pretty useful.
Wait, but that Renegade trait line is OP, no?
Now we have room in that slot for something a little bit more exciting. This is just going to improve all your Citadel order skills. So we see Heroic Command, also granting Swiftness. Citadel Bombardment going to be doing some vulnerability, and Orders from Above will be protection as well. So a nice little nice little benefit for kind of all the builds. Obviously a little bit more supporty, but we do have that just general mobility and vulnerability. Nice little damage boost in especially in competitive modes where you're not already hitting vulnerability cap. Heart Piercer, we've essentially taken the strike damage bonus from All for One, this trait that we weren't super happy with. It's always been intended to be more of that Kala stance trait, but it's been pretty generic. Had protection for a long time. Then we had kind of the strike damage bonus as a well, maybe power DPS build. We play Kala, and this is where their strike damage bonus comes from. But it's just not super interesting. It's not really what we were hoping for that trait. So moving that strike damage bonus into Heart Piercer, just going to be part of or a bonus against bleeding enemies. Still going to be giving that bleeding bonus as well. So it'll just be more of a generic DPS trait that either strike or condition damage builds can play. And then All for One's going to be more of that Kala stance trait. This is going to be anytime you trigger Band Together, which is the mechanic of the Kala stance, that after you use one of the Kala stance skills, you can then reactivate your next Kala stance skill instantly, and it gets some nice little bonuses. So anytime you trigger that Band Together, it will reduce the recharge time of the enhanced skill and also give you some energy back. So will allow you to kind of keep chaining those skills together. The numbers are going to be a bit different for PvE and PvP, because we do obviously have some concerns about making the giving too much energy to this build, especially in PvP. But we feel that this is just a little bit more of a true Kala stance trait. So we think
I wonder if the 10% is worth the reduction.
And we have a couple of updates to the Grandmaster traits as well. Vindication, no longer going to get extra missiles. There's a little bit of concern around, how much one-shot capability that's really added to the skill when you are able to get the full missile count and they all land. It does a bit too much damage. We're pretty happy with how much damage the skill does just by default, but then the extra missiles kind of push it over the top. So we're shifting that more into more of a control bonus. We get that extra daze. the first time a missile strikes an enemy, you will daze them. So that can obviously daze a pretty large number of enemies as well, because there are so many different missiles, but it will only daze an individual target once per skill. And then Righteous Rebel, getting a little bit of a healing bonus here, 2 orders from above. We did kind of shuffle around what the other half of the trait did to be more healing centric, so pushing it into more of that truly heal renegade type of trait. Obviously it will still do the things that it previously does, but in addition you will get some extra healing from that. So now you take Righteous Rebel, Bold Reversal, orders from above is going to be a pretty strong skill, getting that healing, getting that protection, increased duration, and all that good stuff.
Quite a few sort of like a variety of changes with these traits. Some supporting stuff, a little bit of damage boosting, some utility. Is this kind of trying to push Renegade towards a specific role, or a couple of roles, or is this kind of just we weren't really happy with where we were seeing Renegade in general, and we wanted to change up how the traits were functioning and its utility skills, or functional skills?
Yeah, I mean, the 2 DPS builds kind of always existed. You always have the Power DPS Renegade or the Connie DPS Renegade. And then...
Je vais pas te mentir, je regarde à peine le fight et plus les slides, mais ils changent jamais.
The stance itself has supportive elements. You obviously have the heal that heals your allies. You have the life stealing. There's some defensive boons sprinkled in there as well. So there is, you know, some amount of support Renegade that could exist, and we felt that since this trait had already been pushed a little bit in that direction, that we push it even more in that direction and really try to enable that playstyle.
It's just like mimic, like when
moving forward,
I'm back here.
We've got a Ranger, everyone's favorite Marine class, and I believe Taylor, our resident.
I'm gonna go for the middle. Fuck the cold.
Taking these notes.
Okay. Yeah, go for middle.
So
No problem.
this is going to be a druid heavy section. Before we get into that, go for the throat, ferocious strength. These are some changes. Just Soul Beast landed a little lower than we like, so we're bumping it up a little bit. And Gale Shot Strike is getting a buff. We think Gale Shot itself is in a pretty good place, but Strike is an alternative Grandmaster trait that's in the beta.
Next slide, guys. Next slide.
Strong,
Next slide. Right now, bro. Next slide.
I'm sure it's still viable, so we are bumping it up and keeping an eye on it. But at the top we see Astral Wisp. It says it's getting reworked. The core skill is going to do the same thing, just going to be different. Before you send out a Wisp that would hit an enemy or an ally and then circle around them healing. This meant that to get allies, you have to ally target them in a lot of cases. You didn't want to touch them, or if your enemy's far away or moves, you lose that healing. So now it's going to function where you are going to send out a wisp to a target location, and then at the wisp it'll detonate and attach to allies, and then those allies will get healed. So it's going to be a ground targeted skill, your allies are there, you press it, and then it's going to attach to your allies, and they're going to get healed. So should be a lot easier to use. And then we can go on where we see glyphs for druids. All of them are getting changed, basically for most of them. Support radius is getting normalized to 360. Save glyph equality for stability, but so glyph rejuvenation, 300 to 360, glyph alignment, Wind Celestial Avatar 300 to 360.
Wait, the glyph of unity?
Skills. We feel like what they do is pretty good. Just sometimes it might be hard to actually get to your allies. Glyph of equality, it's now going to apply stability in PvP as well, and give the stability stacks from 1 to 2. Just a bit better stat for Druid. We don't want to go too much on it. They have, you know, the elite if you want stability as well, but can be an option in PvP specifically. A lot of these changes are to address that Druid is not a viable support in PvP specifically, and that's something that there's a lot of reasons for, but we're trying to shore up there so it can be a more potential pick. A lot of the time, having tools to heal outside of Celestial Avatar is something you're lacking, which can feel pretty bad, and the ability to get into Celestial Avatar is just not there compared to other supports, so a lot of these are aimed at taking care of that. Glyph of the Tides, it's now going to knock down instead of knock back in PvP. Glyph of the Tides was problematic before for decap druids. Turns out when you give knockbacks to things that can be pretty tanky, they'll just be as tanky as possible and use the knockback to decap their points, which can be a very effective strategy sometimes. It is very, you know, not very engaging and fun to play with. So this skill had a very long cooldown for what it did because of that. So we are in PvP only.
Peut-être pas lead demain, ou peut-être un lead comme la même manière que j'ai fait l'autre fois.
World v World and PvE, it'll continue to knock back. We know that the knockback from this skill does have a lot of interesting applications, so it's staying there. And then we can move on to Glyph of Unity. This was a skill that was pretty homeless. Outside of Celestial Avatar, it kind of
guys, that's a lot of words for such little changes. Can we go to the next slide? Holy shit, man.
Druid fluid, if you will. But it wasn't really needed for that. When you were in Celestial Avatar, it would kind of copy your healing. But
that's a lot of words for something not really interesting, you know.
So this is going to be completely reworked and when you are outside of Celestial Avatar, it's going to heal nearby allies and grant you Astral Force. So this is going to be, I need to be in stay now, but I need Celestial Avatar juice. And I'm going to press this button.
Yes, one guy. Yeah.
And then
you need to explain why, when, how to use it now.
Going to give allies barrier instead for damage reduction and also grant them endurance. So supporting against some other ways that aren't just, you know, healing your allies when you're in Celestial Avatar. And we'll get into that.
Next slide. Ranger pet nerf. Ranger pet deleted. Ranger pet deleted?
Well, you know, what else are you supposed to it's pretty cool.
Yeah, love right.
Nothing.
This is broken.
Here we go. First round, first page.
What?
Actual.
Wait, a water field attached to them?
It's getting its cooldown slightly reduced. This is
what?
For Ion. It was at 20 seconds for a reason. Druid can be pretty scary when it's not.
Wait, the 4 is a burst?
But we felt like if we wanted to give.
Wait, the 4 is a burst?
We want to do this change and see how it plays. If it doesn't end up, you know, might go back to 20, but you know, want to give it, go out on a limb, see what happens.
That's insane. The shot 4 is insane. Yeah, the water field, the pet. You see that? That's so funny, dude. What the fuck?
Honestly, didn't feel good to press. You know, its healing wasn't as good for a channeled skill.
Non, ça je
sais,
je suis dans le truc parce que c'est
exactement. So this is going to, it's still going to be an attached water field around you, but you just press it and the water field is there, so then you can combo with some other things, like the 3 skill, Lunar Impact, get that blast from your own water field.
Don't distract me, you guys. Okay, I have the logs.
Je pose une question bête, mais gros aussi.
Druidic Clarity, increasing the radius, 360, talk about normalizing the things to be just a bit bigger. Cultivated Synergy, this is going to be a pretty big change, where it is moving to the Grandmaster tier, and then when you use a healing skill, instead of just doing that heal around you and your pet, it's going to heal around your pet and create a water field attached to them, and then you're going to have a passive that whenever you blast a water field, you're going to grow a Seed of Life at the location. So this is going to give you some Connie Cleanse when you blast those water fields. You know, you have that 4 now that you can blast pretty freely, you're going to have the 1 around your pet, Healing Spring if you use that, Staff 5, listing all the healing fields or the water fields.
We didn't buff shield. Okay, we didn't go to the alley slide yet.
The Seed of Life right now is just the same Seed of Life that you use while you're in Celestial Avatar, but it is not going to be a light field because it would be annoying if you were blasting your water field and then suddenly you were blasting.
Wait, guys! I just saw the light.
So
if they're buffing Druid like that, surely it comes with a cost, right? They're never buffing something just for the sake of buffing it, right? If they buff it like that, surely it means something else.
Talking about things
surely on the next slide, there will be a nerf.
Avatar, it was just kind of unneeded from this fake Blood Moon already, just from this passive does a lot, and we didn't feel like the days on it was fun to play around, so we're making sure that that's not...
Guys, I'm praying. I've got my hands like I'm praying right now. I've got the praying hands.
Hopefully, removing the days feels better to play against Druids as well, because that's also an important aspect.
Alright. Moving on, next
Then we can move on to the last page of Ranger changes. This is pretty exciting, especially for people.
This is the last page?
The important one is Grace of the Land is being moved to the Master tier.
You just said it's the last page, right?
It's going to enable a quickness, or not quickness, sorry, and DPS Alacrity build for Druid. That was a previous problem, is that Ranger itself
no way.
Alacrity build. And that would was due to a lot of
did not get touched.
Existed, but a lot of it was because of Eclipse and the passive it gave. And we felt like Eclipse was a pretty solid Grandmaster trait. It made sense to be Grandmaster, and moving it wouldn't be great. So we're moving Grace of the Land to be a Master tier. So you're going to have your choice now. You know, DPS can go for Eclipse, but also supports can now get Lingering Light or the new Grandmaster trait to have like a more fun healing trait while also applying Alacrity.
It's probably gonna be NG though. They did Thief, then Ranger, then probably NG.
This is moving to the Adept tier where Cultivated Synergy.
Pretty surprising because NA also plays a lot of Untamed. Yeah, right. They only did changes to the Druid, but not the Untamed. Even though it's like everywhere.
Your glyphs are going to heal people. This is again, we talked about having healing skills outside of being in Celestial Avatar. So now your glyphs can help shore up people.
I mean, maybe.
And then when you're in Celestial Avatar and you have the healing, you can still apply that protection, that damage reduction when you need it.
Because earlier we had Warrior and then Renegade,
no
right?
Going to Grand Concentration. This is going to stay.
But they did the heavy classes. Now they're doing the medium classes. I guess no changes on Guardian.
For the Alacrity.
And maybe change on NG right now, or straight to light classes.
The trait that most support druids take, if not the new Cultivated Synergy. So it was very strong on its own for, you know, what it was.
The order never makes sense. I mean, they did the heavy, and now they're doing the medium.
Stacks are going to 10 to 5, so you're still going to get that
I
discount.
don't know if they respect that order, but for now it makes sense. They did Warrior, then Revenant, then Thief, then Ranger.
Difference would be just baseline.
Change a lot, okay.
It's still going to be that same reduced recharge. So hopefully Druid, two big notes are that in PvP, hoping to aim for support to be viable, and in PvE also making that
no changes on the guard, right?
Build possible.
Would you say this is more of just kind of reworking some stuff to make those builds you mentioned just feel better and easier to play, or just are they just also
no like stealth anymore? People are saying there's no stealth.
Making those specs or roles stronger.
Yeah,
why are they saying there's no stealth?
For the most part, it is just making things work better and feel better.
Is it because this has changed?
Some of these certainly are buffs, but I don't think it'll be like huge.
Oh, is that one?
We thought that Druid's power level itself was pretty decent. It's just like some of those builds weren't able to be
tier,
played.
though.
We know in World v World Druid is still pretty strong. We're definitely going to keep our eye on these changes. We know that it is a very popular pick, and our goal is not to make it even stronger. So, you know, based on the preview, might have some downward adjustments based on feedback.
Okay.
But we are monitoring there. PvE, like we said, we're keeping an eye on the side node Druid, something that we don't want necessarily get much stronger, but we do want to make sure that there's.
I mean, this shit is not that good, though.
To be a thing.
I mean, it's better than this, but
cool.
I mean, the fact that it's still an option makes it fine.
I believe that's it for Ranger. So
Guardian. Okay, it makes no sense.
Guardian, I believe Cal will be taking this one.
Yeah, I could talk about some Guardian stuff. So the first page here, why not? Yeah, we might as well. We are here. I mean, we can also skip it. But we'll cover the Guardian stuff. So a few changes here at the start. You know, we've been making adjustments like this to a number of the symbols.
Hey, super speed on stuff 3?
They don't need to have, but we'd like them to have some initial value attached to the skill, because, you know, the symbols are still good, and in some modes they're less reliable. You know, you're not going to get the full damage or the full effectiveness of standing inside of it. So we want there to be some initial value, such that if you aren't able to stand it the whole time, you're still feeling pretty good about the skill. So we see here symbol of swiftness,
just
a little bit of super speed on the initial pulse there. Cooldown's going to go up in PvP and World v World, because staff as a whole is already a pretty good weapon in these modes. Symbol of swiftness,
super speed is good though.
Least exciting of those skills, so we are giving a little bit of a power bump, but trading off with a little bit of an increased cooldown as well. Symbol of Vengeance, now going to give to inflict daze on the initial strike. This is no longer tied to a firebrand trait. We'll get to that note later. This is now going to be available for everyone. We obviously saw this weapon is pretty good for firebrand because you have access to the daze on Symbol of Vengeance, but for everyone else, it's generally unplayable, unusable, not very good. So we felt that putting that daze on there would just make it a bit more accessible to every Guardian specialization. And again, just a little bit of a cooldown bump to compensate for that power level increase. Symbol of Energy, getting an initial bump similar to like the resolution symbol on Greatsword. The initial strike will do increased damage. This won't actually be a DPS increase in PvE. We've reduced the pulsing symbol so that it should be exactly the same amount of total damage. PvP and World v World, it will be a little bit more damage overall, but again, if you are locking someone in that symbol for the full duration, you probably deserve that damage increase. It's just going to be a little bit more on the front half. Shoot the projectile, land, explode, get a nice little bit of damage, and then we'll have that pulsing as we already do. Hunter's Ward, nice little kind of usability improvement for PvP. You know, the ring duration being 5 seconds. It's a powerful skill, but we felt that it's so infrequent that shifting a little bit of the power down, 3 seconds is still pretty good CC. And now it's going to be available more frequently, so we're hoping that it is just a little bit more of a exciting skill. You know, longbow, symbol of energy getting above. We'll see some Dragon Hunter changes as well. We'd like to see a little bit more longbow in PvP.
And here are the Dragon Hunter changes.
Yep, a good chunk of Dragon Hunter changes here. We see some healing numbers going up, Wings Resolve. This is the healing number that other game modes use already. PvP getting a nice little buff there. Purification, just a little bit of a bump here. It is a pretty strong heal between the heal you get when you place it, the heal you get when it gets triggered, and then also the regeneration on top. But this should make it just a little bit more competitive with other healing skills that have been kind of improved. You know, Singer Resolve, much better skill than it used to be. So we're hoping that Purification is a little bit more exciting for Dragon Hunters. Test of Faith, we're really pushing the kind of CC, the combo-centric aspect of the skill, where it feels pretty bad to take a lot of damage just for walking through the skill. You know, we've seen this in the past on a lot of other skills, like Ring of Fire back when the past was pretty significant. It didn't feel like there was a lot of... I mean, you can obviously still play around it, but it's not necessarily where we're happy putting that damage. We really like the combo aspect of Dragon Hunter with like the spear pull or the shield knock or the just all the different combos of knocking someone or pulling someone through your Test of Faith. So we are reducing the damage and then really increasing the bonus damage against controlled enemies, as you see, the 200% damage increase. This will be the same number on that CC'd damage number, while just reducing the amount of damage that you feel like you take somewhat randomly by walking through the Test of Faith.
Right. I think that's important to point out. I see a lot of reactions from chat that 200% is a big number, but the total damage you get from being CC'd through it is the same as it is now. It's just that when you walk through it, or just, you know, it just clips you, it's going to do a lot less damage then. So this should feel a lot better to play against than it does now.
Right, so rewarding the Dragon Hunter combo, but not punishing players quite as much when they're not getting CC'd.
We can see the math here. 1.88 times 1.33 will give you some number that may or may not be equivalent to 0.833 times 3. It should at least be pretty close.
Do you love numbers?
Yeah, moving on. Precision of Blades, Dragon Maw. These are two skills that are kind of related. We've seen in the past Dragon's Maw got nerfed pretty significantly in PvP, and a lot of this was due to just the ability of Dragon Hunter to place a Precision of Blades and a Dragon's Maw kind of off in the distance and then go do things on the rest of the map. This was a pretty punishing playstyle, especially at certain levels in PvP that we saw. And we feel like Precision of Blades is kind of more of the problem there anyway, so we felt that
Precision of Blade is gonna go from 800 damage to
not gonna be the most powerful 500. Skill. Does a decent amount of damage the whole time, but it's not going to be
why would you nerf the trait that deals literally zero damage?
The damage that it is right now, or even was before, and that gives us a bit more comfort in bringing Dragon's Maw back down. Not quite where it used to be, but it is going to be more available. You know, this is one of the more iconic skills of Dragon Hunter, is the Dragon's Maw, being able to get that big CC, set up a lot of your other skills. Maybe we're not as happy with Precision of Blades being the big payoff there, but getting a nice combo off inside your Dragon's Maw. We're hoping that this shift of balance makes Precision of Blades feel a little bit less overpowering in some cases, while also giving Dragon Hunter availability for that really strong moment with Dragon's Maw. Then we see a couple of trait changes here, just fleshing out a little bit more of Dragon Hunter's defensive traits, especially Hunter's Determination. This is like a really interesting trait that hasn't seen a ton of play. So we're adding a little bit of endurance on that. This is still going to be all of your elite skills stun break, but also they will now give you a little bit of endurance, and that is going to play into the update to Hunter for Vacation, which will, in addition to when you block an attack, this will also trigger when you evade an attack. And those will actually be 2 separate cooldowns. So if you block an attack, that'll go on its 2-second cooldown, but then you can evade an attack within that 2-second window. That'll still trigger it, and then that'll go on its own 2-second recharge. So there is a little bit of a buff here to make it a little bit more potent as a defensive option, and a little bit more of a flexible defensive option. You know, this has obviously been pretty strong in the past with things that create a lot of Aegis sources or a lot of blocks. Now it's going to be a little bit more consistent for builds that are not leaning as heavily into those blocks.
Nice. Quick question. What do you think is better, a blocking an attack or evading an attack?
Which one is better?
Yeah, which one's better?
They're both pretty good.
That does not answer my question. We'll check back in on that.
I generally like evading attacks.
Okay.
But I think the classes I play don't have as many blocks. So.
Dodge enjoyer. Gotcha. Bias.
I do like dodge. You know, dodge is kind of the heart of the Guild Wars 2 combat system. So.
Yeah, you're right. The Guild Wars 2 system. What about the Guild Wars 3 system?
Come on.
Anyone can answer to that question?
Right, moving on.
Guys.
Got some Firebrand and Willbender trade changes.
Yep. So here's the note I talked about before. No longer going to inflict days on Symbol of Vengeance, and we are bumping up the bleeding duration because Straight would be pretty bad in PvP and Worldly World without that. Straight's obviously still fine.
The days is on the axe base, so like default.
It's just a.
They upgraded the cooldown and they made the days by default.
Acts as a
functionality so that it kind of makes sense.
Other elite specializations or Core Guardian could feel good about using Axe. And then power for power, nice little damage bump here. This is another case of, you know, Power Willbender landed a little bit lower than we were hoping. And so here's a little bit of a damage boost to bring it back up. And I will say, like, you know, our goal with a lot of these damage bumps is not to like increase beyond our targeted goal for,
yeah, these changes are bullshit.
Land, but there are a lot of cases where these builds landed below
come on, man.
So we're not looking to go back to
and what is this?
Last patch where we brought everything down, but we are expecting that most builds should land a lot closer to each other, and there's a lot that didn't.
Nah, but even in the other game modes, we don't care about this. Like, it's very straightforward changes.
Some targeted sort of Dragon Hunter changes, but that doesn't really seem to be making it, you know, a specific build necessarily enabled. A few PvP changes there.
Like, that's not gonna change.
Kind of some better.
I mean, maybe this for PvE, but that's not gonna change anything.
Happy with
like anything.
With where Guardian builds are right now, and we're kind of just looking at some usability improvements. We're not really trying to force any new roles or buff any particular specs.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate, I'd say.
Cool.
Guardian is quite good.
We do love Guardian. All right. I believe that will wrap it up for Guardian. So moving on to
the Necromancer. Necromancer. Wait, what? The CDs?
To take this class. He does love green specs, so.
I see axe buffs.
CDs?
So I know it's a balance patch.
Well. Yeah, I can't wait to see the Shatterstone.
Talk about the axe and the focus. Getting golden baseline from the trait, which we'll talk about in a second.
Hello?
So these are around 20%, give or take. Life Siphon here. Basically,
why?
the heal effectiveness while you're bleeding is.
I mean, it's good, but why? Like, make it make sense. It's literally the most played weapon, and supports included, in the game. You play in PvP, you play in PvE. I don't know, maybe you don't. And you play in more worlds. And you play it on every build, including support.
So should feel better to press Life Siphon in those random situations. And then Oppressive Collapse.
What is this?
Skills when you try and press them. Normally, when you press a skill, it'll try to target your target and then use a skill.
I think Kill is right. They're gonna change the CDR trait line.
So Oppressive Collapse is one of those.
It's for sure that. It's for sure that, by the way. They're gonna change the trade line of the cooldown reduction.
Should feel a lot easier to use Oppressive Collapse, you know, if you take your hands off the movement keys.
It's for sure right about that.
Yay.
And that is the technical reason, right? Is the skill getting?
It has to be. There's no reason they would change those spells, CD,
The alternative
right
was to
now.
pop up
There's
like
no
an
reason.
face when you did it, but we figured we were just...
Like, I do not believe...
It had an attitude adjustment.
I will not believe in the fact that they thought and realized that we need damage.
Also some miscellaneous changes. Taste of Death.
Wait,
Reducing the
what?
Blood Fiend health sacrifice from 100% to 50%. So you will not kill your Blood Fiend when you take health from it. Only a little, only a little. A lot of this is, you know, now you can use on-heal relics with it.
What?
You have some blood magic traits.
Cody Reapers?
Heal your Blood Fiend, you use it twice before you
Guys, Cody Reapers?
use it even a third time. So Blood Fiend getting a little bump. It was tired of people just killing it when they got tired. Epidemic. This is a bit spicy. Epidemic has had a history of being
Ça bypass la résie. Wow,
it has had some very strong.
Je pense c'est marrant quoi.
Epidemic existed, and we want to make sure that there are still some use cases for it.
Oui, non, mais après.
So we
What the fuck is this, bro?
Before it was 25 stacks, now it's 5.
What is that change?
Après, la méta est
So surely bumping it up a bit, we'll find the number where it kind of rides that line. Because right now, Epidemic wasn't really that strong. Again, we want to make sure it's something people are interested in using. So bumping it up to 8. Corrupt Boon, also something, you know, we want to make sure that when you get hit by Corrupt Boon,
it makes no
really
sense of a buff,
and when you
bro.
use Corrupt Boon, it feels really
It
good.
makes
Corrupt
no
Boon should be
sense.
a turning point skill. And so we're increasing the number of boons converted from 5 to 8. That should hit a lot of them. So Corrupt Boon really angling to have the skill used by more condition-oriented necros.
What the fuck is this change? Yeah, trade lines needs to change, right? It has to change.
Like Epidemic, it is an iconic skill to Necromancer. We want to make sure those iconic skills are being used.
Very cool, very cool. I love to see if we can come up with more numbers from between 5 and 25 in the future. We'll see
This is an old skills and balance team saying at ArenaNet that there's, and this is paraphrasing an old skills team designer, but there's a number between 1 and 1 million where the skill feels right.
Very fair.
I don't know if Epidemic will get up to 1 million though. We'll
shooting for the moon
a little
there.
bit too high.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. Continuing on.
Ooh, yeah, the trade line got it.
That's what we were talking about, where the cooldowns are getting rolled baseline, and now this trait is
the
getting
death
kind of
magic changes.
where it's going to increase your strike damage baseline, and then it's
Wait,
going to go further.
death magic changes. What the fuck are those traits?
You know, we're putting a lot more boons on things in PvE to make it more interesting for boon rip, but sometimes when you have a large damage bonus locked behind them being boonless, it can feel bad to play around sometimes, sort of making sure that you still get some value. You still want them to be boonless.
Which one is this one?
Identity of the trait, but it's not just fully hosing you.
What? Is that
then
a
we
new
have
trait?
some death magic changes, Dark Defiance. It's getting reworked and renamed to Dark Defense. This is just so we can change the trigger on it. When you're being disabled, that's not really a trigger we like
What is this
anymore.
shit?
So now it's going to operate when you use a healing skill. You're still going to have that passive that protection reduces incoming
Am I
condition
blind?
damage, but you're also going to get protection and carapace when you use a healing skill. Corruptor's Fervor. This was a trait that before it gave like full pulsing protection when you were above the threshold, and that was very strong.
Okay, Corruptor's Favor.
And we were like, okay, how do we nerf it? And we made it so it wasn't full uptime, but it was really weird.
Wait, that's important change actually.
Time, and it was just very random. So now it no longer gives protection. It's going to grant. It's
actually not bad.
Well above the health threshold. So that way we can.
It's actually way better.
Something you can count on. It's just not going to.
This is actually way better.
Do note that it does now stack with protection. So if you have, if you take Dark Defense, use a healing skill, and then have this bonus, you're going to be reducing even more damage than before.
This is actually really good change.
It feel better to play around and with. Soul Eater, this is just a very small buff in PvE. Was one of those profession specs that we were talking about that landed just a bit lower than we like. This shouldn't be anything too big. And then Manifest Sandshade, we are increasing both the cooldown and the duration from 8 to 15 seconds in PvE. At 8 seconds, it felt like you were constantly pressing the skill. It was just a bit too fast. So now 15 seconds, it doesn't feel like you're always having to manage keeping your shade up. It should hopefully feel better. 15 seconds to what is in the competitive modes, we feel like it was there. So should feel better to play Scourge, like you aren't constantly micromanaging your shades.
Very cool.
And then the last thing for Necro, we are reworking their Grandmaster tier. They were pretty boring before. It was you're going to pulse something in Shroud. What would you like?
What is this?
And we can do better than that.
What is this?
What
does it mean?
Corruption is being reworked. It is now going to be a trait that works around consuming your blight.
What does it mean?
When you consume blight, you're going to gain yourself stacks of this cascading corruption, and then when you reach the stack threshold, you're going to explode. Something we like.
The pulsing is gone, right?
Stack
That's what it means.
So when you explode, you're going to do damage.
Oh wait, when you use Dark Barrage.
For a duration. This is going to be both a condition damage and power DPS trait. So if you're going to be
wait.
look for this one.
Wait. Something's wrong. This change is weird.
Elixir of Risk.
This thing could say a lot. Grant boons? Which are those boons? When you use Dark Barrage and Harbinger Shroud.
Torment, we want this to potentially be a DPS skill.
What are the boons?
You use, and elixirs are going to help consume, so you're going to reach the stack. You're going to consume more blight, get more stacks, so hopefully some synergy between elixir of risk in the specific.
Quickness Fury. Well, they're not. It's not precise. It could be just Might Fury, for example, which means Harp would be completely dead.
Quickness at this measured pace, but hopefully with this,
it's not a pulse anymore. It's not a pulse anymore. Look. It's not a pulse anymore. Harp. This used to be a pulse. But they're not saying which boons it is.
Harbinger supports were something we didn't really like the gameplay style of. They sat in Shroud and pulse quickness to everyone, and then didn't really do anything themselves. We'd rather it if players have more agency to what they're doing. And a build giving quickness like that just really isn't something we were interested in. So no longer going to be able to give quickness that way in World v World, in PvE and PvP. These are still going to give quickness, and hopefully, numbers making sure that the uptime is the same. You'll be able to do around the same loops to get the same amount of duration. This is just making it a bit more active than just pulsing.
I mean, they didn't touch Firebrand, so for the quickness, it's okay. And Paragon as well. Paragon and Guardians are not changed, which means there's quickness. Which boon is this?
So this one is intended to be pretty risky. Harbinger, its blight health reduction has been slowly reduced in a lot of game modes over time. But with this trait, we want to increase the risk again to go back to that philosophy. This way you can opt into it. So when you go in Shroud, your health is going to become a lot lower, a lot faster, but the skills shall be stronger. There are things like Dark Barrage is going to shoot more missiles. The 3-skill Devouring Cut is going to corrupt boons. Voracious Arc is going to inflict fear. The Vital Draw, larger radius. So hopefully, it's going to be someone's doom, whether it's yours or the enemy's. That's to be told. But pretty excited.
It is approaching.
Traits, and hopefully Harbinger
is that trait
a lot more interesting to play with.
Doom is inevitable. Kind of similar to Guardian, it feels a little bit like, we're not seeing sort of a role sort of being targeted here in terms of a buff or a nerf. We're kind of just seeing
les grandes boons, c'est très bizarre.
Specific Harbinger ability improvements here. But would you say kind of similar to what Cal was mentioning with Guardian, where, we're kind of happy with where a lot of the necro specs are, and we're kind of just trying to make them feel a little bit better to play with?
Yeah, I think as a whole, we really like where necro is in a lot of places. It's like... Now we're tackling pain points like Harbinger or Grandmasters, for example. We've known for a long time that they're not very interesting, so taking the time to rework them to be something that people can get more excited about.
Cool. Awesome. You love to see it. And what else we'd love to see is some engineer changes. Here we go. I believe this will be Cal. And I mean, as you said, kind of with
there's so many icons.
The axe changes on Necro. This would not be a Cal balance patch. We do have toolkit adjustments.
Engineer.
Is that a thing? I didn't know that was a thing.
I'd say so.
Engineer, bro.
Your love child at this point.
Engineer changes. Healing Mist. Elixir Gun Tool Belt. The cooldown is 5 seconds lower than it used to be. It's pretty good, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we looked at Elixir Gun, and we've made some improvements to this over some recent updates, and we feel that all the Elixir Gun skills themselves are in a pretty good spot. But we're still not seeing a ton of Elixir Gun, especially in PvP, where it used to be a really big thing. So we wanted to bring down the cooldown of Healing Mist a little bit. This skill isn't the most powerful, but especially as a tool belt skill, it's fine to have like a weaker, lower power level skill that is just a Sunbreak, and the Sunbreak is kind of the most exciting aspect of that skill. So we're hoping this gives just a little bit more interest in Elixir Gun. Similarly, we see some Mace improvements here for PvP and World v World. This is trying to lean into a little bit more like more bruisery engineer builds. You know, we see this especially with like Amalgam or Scrapper or kind of the more bruiser focused elite specs thematically. Obviously, Hollow-Smith Mechanist can play these builds as well. We'll see some trade adjustments in this direction as well. So these were kind of after we did the trade adjustments first and figured, okay, Mace actually makes a lot of sense with these like bruisery trade updates. So just a little bit of a small damage increase, small stun duration increase, trying to make it a little bit more appealing in competitive modes. Similarly, we see some toolkit, slight improvements. Pry bar, pretty powerful skill. Reduce the cooldown a little bit. Now it's going to be, set up with your box of nails. Obviously, you can immobilize with your box of nails and then hit a pry bar. Magnet sets it up pretty well. Throw wrench again. Small cooldown reduction. Skills hit pretty hard, but just making them a little bit more available could make these builds or make these a little bit more exciting as utility skill options. And then we see a final note here at the bottom for all of the turret skills.
Yeah, I mean,
they
since
will now
POP
go
is
on.
dead, NG will never be back.
We'll see a overcharge skill recharging once they're. If you place it, overcharges automatically. That functionality hasn't changed. You'll then see the overcharge cooldown kind of ticking down, and then you will be able to manually reactivate that overcharge once the cooldown has been.
Like without POP, NG is just trash.
Adding a little bit more active gameplay to turrets, and also eliminating the need to.
Imagine if they buff Drew because they overbuff Scrapper. No, I don't believe that.
I think it could be potentially pretty interesting.
They're honestly not smart enough to do that. As in, they're not playing the game. Wait.
And then we see kind of the
doesn't change anything.
inventions updates, trade updates here.
Literally
Cleansing
useless.
Synergy getting some regen. We'll see a little bit of regen on Bunker Down as well. The Grandmaster Minor trait gives you the increased power and healing power when you have regeneration, but there's not a ton of regeneration sources within the trait line themselves. There is obviously that one option in the add-up slot, but we felt that there should be at least a little bit in a minor trait because the minor trait playing into a minor trait makes a little bit more sense, but then also just a little bit more regeneration, more of that self-sustain, ally sustain. We see some protection duration going up just a little bit. Again, increasing some supportive elements, some personal defensive elements. Bunker Down was the big one where bandages are not going to give you regen, so a little bit of extra sustain, extra regen source for those trait synergies.
Let me go to the next slide. This is so useless.
So
like unironically.
Definitely the Bruiser Grandmaster trait where it does some defense, some offense. We're really increasing kind of the power on both halves of that because the trait hasn't seen a ton of play since we reworked it to trigger on disable rather than on. Just
like they're literally making PvP NG cancer and okay, move on.
We see some other small updates here. Mecha legs. Bringing that movement speed back, this is still going to have the resistance functionality, but just having that resistance, the trait was not quite strong enough for the invention trait line. We've seen success of resistance on dodge in other trait lines, but inventions obviously doesn't have like the same access to. The traits are different, There are some traits that are the same, but then the rest of the trait line is different, so you can't say one-to-one that this trait is fine on this class, so it's perfectly fine here. Needs a little bit of extra help here in the invention trait line, so it is getting that movement speed back on top of the resistance on dodge. And then we see Sapping Device. This is a new trait replacing Auto Defense Bomb.
Guys, I have insights information from Kill.
Of dropping a smoke bomb when you get disabled. Now it's going to be a little bit more active, so there's more of that damage.
They're buffing Prod Hollow like crazy. And they buffed Bunker DH like crazy.
So,
which means, PvP is gonna sound really, really good.
I'd love to see some inventions, Amalgam or inventions, Scrapper, inventions, Hollow-Smith. These type of more, like I said, bruiser builds.
I mean, the second they showed Guardian after Ranger, it was cooked. Oh, wait a minute. Now that's another interesting class.
Alright, so first phase here, we see stab cooldowns. These are cooldown reductions being rolled in from traits. Mesmer, the main focus, we're going to see some chaos trait line shifts, I think,
the staff buff. God damn.
Chaos cooldown reduction getting rolled in.
Imagine they bring back Chaos Aura shenanigans. Impossible. It's literally gonna crash the service. I mean, they know that. Hopefully.
It's a bit similar. They're getting cooldown reductions, but that trait didn't have like baseline. So the bleeding from the pistol
The
trait.
pistol.
So that way you can use pistol without having the trait and still feel like it's a pretty good like conditioned weapon.
Okay, I mean that's great, man. That's a great changes.
Duelist Discipline will still have that or that cooldown reduction. Sorry. Part of it on interrupt, we felt like that was pretty interesting to play around, and on like some of the passive like
Magic Bullet
just baseline cooldown reduction. So it's keeping that. So that's what Duelist Discipline is going to be: is pistol skill cooldown reduction on interrupt. They are baseline getting reduced just to give it some more oomph behind it, and hopefully pistol becomes a lot more used. At least we're not seeing it. I think PvP it's fallen off a bit, and PvE as well. Not a lot of builds are opting to use pistol. So we really want to make sure that it's up there and an option. Then we can go on more offhand changes. The Prestige Phantasmal Mage getting some cooldown reductions. This is more to go with another Chaos trait we'll talk about in a bit. Making sure Torch is, you know, wanted as opposed to Shield. We see a lot of Shield usage. The block is very good, but you know, Stealth is also a pretty good skill. Phantasmal Mage also hits pretty hard if you tank it. So, Blade Call. This is like how we're talking about Oppressive Collapse. The skill that would be targeted felt kind of off. So now Blade Call. When you're not facing your target, just stop moving, press it, face you, yay. Signal Domination, we are doing some adjustments to this skill. Right now, a lot of the time in PvE,
wait, he's right. Signal Domination, that skill removes wounds from target.
You know,
Isn't that just straight up another utility for birds?
But now the cooldown going from 45 to 25, that is a lot less. So it should be a pretty good skill to press. We are also reducing the stun duration from 3 seconds to 2 seconds, just making sure it's not too crazy.
It was a single trait. Yeah, it was a single trait. It was, you're right.
It's going to be a skill pretty similar to Throw Mine, and a lot of its utility. So you're going to get that stun and remove the target, and remove the target. In competitive modes, it'll be a pretty good opportunity to do a lot of damage if you land it, and in PvE, it's just, you know, boss has boons, boss has a break bar, I can press this, I'll lose some damage, but that's worth the trade-off. So hopefully more points around it. And Veil, in PvP only getting its cooldown reduced to 30 seconds. This is a skill that is a lot better in PvE and World v World game modes. It doesn't use have a lot of use cases in PvP, so just lowering the cooldown to something pretty low to see if, you know, there's ever a time where you want to use this. It didn't really warrant the 72-second cooldown, so just trying to do it some justice there.
Like even
Very cool.
the one with.
But then we
You
can
think
go
that
in.
more skills should be like Throw Mine, Taylor?
Okay.
Maybe
not fully Throw Mine.
Throw Mine?
Throw Mine has a lot of things going for it. But, you know, Signal Domination needed a bit more. But here we can see we have one trait that's not Chaos
Straight line.
before with Spike on Necromancer, where, you know, they had boons, a lot of the damage, so now the strike damage, some of it's becoming baseline, and it's going to be further increasing against those foes. So
Is that self?
Pretty frequently, you're not going to be like, wow, I just can't play power member against it. You are going to take a bit of a DPS decrease because we still, again, want to keep the identity of this trait, but just not as much. But then we can talk about Chaos, Method of Madness. The Lesser Chaos Storm is no longer going to inflict daze, which will allow us to heavily reduce the cooldown of Lesser Chaos Storm in competitive modes, which will be good for a trait we will get into in a second.
Oh, it's useless.
But there's going to be some shifts. Chaotic Interruption is moving to the Master tier, and it's going to take place of the Staff trait, which is going to be completely reworked.
I mean, it's not bad. It's actually not bad, because you do some CC on Troub, and it's not that good, that thing. Like, it's not the best, you know? Not bad. It's actually not bad. You played 100%. That's what I'm thinking, right?
You apply 2 Chaos Auras.
I think you change it. You don't play this anymore, and you just play this. It's random. Yeah, but if it procs, it's kinda nice. Like, if you have resistance on for rifle,
really lacking. Really want to make sure that if you take
I want to conserve CDs.
Further up.
Yeah, it's a good question.
It's condition damage focus.
You could try both. You could try both. You could try both, because I think you CC enough on Mesmer to use that. With Crescendo and you have 3 and the Shield 5. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. I don't think it's bad.
It is important to note that the second Chaos Aura has to come from yourself. We didn't want to worry about things
but
like
this has the, I mean, yeah, it doesn't work because it's this straight. You play.
But that is kind of, we're not going to have a staff trait anymore, but this is going to be a more generic trait that staff is just really good with.
Not bad. It's not bad.
Fill that power fantasy in the trait line. Similarly, Prismatic Understanding is another Chaos Aura or Chaos trait line trait that is getting buffs. It was pretty bad, to be honest. The stealth increase is pretty good in some niche scenarios, but everything else around it was not great. So Prismatic Understanding will keep the 50% increased stealth duration. So this is all on top of it. It's now going to cause Shatter Skill 4 to grant stealth. So normally distortion, sometimes a harp, it's going to grant you stealth. That's pretty nice defensive. You're already going to be distorted, but getting that ability to reposition or drop aggro, what have you, is pretty nice. But on top of that, it's not going to grant random moves while in stealth. It's going to grant specifically regeneration upon entering stealth and protection resolution upon leaving stealth. So you're going to enter stealth and get regeneration, have a moment of reprieve. There's also some regeneration hooks in the trait line, so that's pretty nice. And then when you exit stealth, when you're back in the thick of it again, you're going to get protection.
Mesmer's gonna be enjoying these changes, bro. I'm telling you, PvP is cooked, man. There's one bunker on one side, the other side is another bunker, and there's a Condy Mirage in the middle. Like, that looks so fucking annoying to play into, like for PvP.
But Stealthy Mesmer is coming to you soon.
A lot of additional stealth or better stealth sources in this patch with Thief and Mesmer.
Yeah, it is a good question there I saw in chat. Duration increase will only work from Mesmer stealth sources as it does now, but the boons when you enter and leave will be any stealth source.
Alright. And then we got Virtuoso.
Wait! Vert is dead! Vert is dead!
Changing where the unblockable
H is dead! No way! Oh 7, Vert! Oh 7! No way!
We felt like the triggers we like putting on traits, none of
it's
them
the best patch in the world! It's the...
So we're shifting it to a utility skill.
It's dead! The H is dead after so many years! It is finally dead!
So we're increasing the damage on it with the strike.
Wait for any changes. Doesn't matter, bro. I don't care.
And then we're also increasing the ammo count. So this way,
Vert is fucking dead. That's all that matters.
Over how often
Hallelujah, bro.
their blades onto unblockable, and also ask them to commit a bit more resources to getting that ability. And we think that it'll make Virtuoso play.
This is actually insane.
Feel more healthier, that you now know better the cadence of how much they're going to get that unblockable, but they still have access to it, so they're still viable in situations like World vs. World.
Cancer est libéré, ça y est.
Alright, I think, as you mentioned, that'll wrap up Mesmer. So we've got to
Ellie!
final class.
Okay.
I think we're about
Ellie!
a lot of Ellie changes. A lot of slides here.
Lots of slides. Oh no. Oh no.
For these Ellie changes.
Bro said lots of changes.
To start us off here with some of these numbers adjustments.
We're gonna split them because there's quite a few slides.
Once we get to a certain part, there's gonna be
everyone is gonna play Untamed or not.
But the first part, these are just damage increases. After the balance pass, we notice a lot of elemental weapons not being where we think they should be. So we see here fire sword getting increases. If we go to the next slide, we're going to see a lot of hammer skills getting damage increases. And then
wait, that's PV only. Dude, why is it PV only?
There's not a lot to talk about for the specifics. It's just we think these weapons should do more damage, so we're making them do more damage. After the hammer and the dagger, we'll see spear as well, just getting some slight damage increases. And as well, Inferno is also getting a small buff. Again, Inferno, very powerful trait that we thought, we want to make sure it's used after our changes.
Only PvE.
Kind of just a little bit too weak, so buffing it up a bit.
Only PvE.
Yeah.
Go on. PvE only. PvE only.
I know we're going fast.
It's a buff in PvE.
As we said,
okay.
We'll be on the forum. Check out for anything people miss.
Là, ils sont sur la spire.
Just so the changes.
No, okay.
Scepter landed pretty well. in a lot of cases for
Is
what
that
we were hoping. But a lot of the other LE weapons and even Inferno, a lot of the Inferno builds are not really
Is that
where
it?
we were hoping. So
I noticed,
like with all the other changes, the goal is just kind of bring them more in line with other options.
I noticed all of the power potion changes on you know the elemental slides.
Bro, if they kill birds and keep Evoker, this is the weirdest balance patch I've seen in my life. Like it has to be, right? You would nerf the only class that can chase an Evoker and not touch it afterwards. There's no way. There's more to come. It has to be, right? It has to be. It has to be. I'm waiting. This is a bait.
Fully ready to be shown yet. I know we went over Ranger Untamed was another one that a lot of people were.
They can change the traits as well. Yeah, they can change the traits as well.
Wanted to make sure people know that we're aware of these.
Oh là là, du coup, je vois que t'as des pièces.
Adding some changes. They're just not quite ready to be shown yet. And I know Spear Catalyst is another one we have our eye on specifically.
Spear Catalyst. Okay, okay. Okay, okay. Ooh, non-PV. Okay, now it starts. The non-PV changes.
Weaver. There's actually a lot of Weaver changes. Including there's a new
okay, so like
skill.
forget everything that happened. It's starting now.
No one would recognize here on the slide. But so kind of the main goal for this page, talking about a lot of stance updates. Our goal for stances is that most of them, primordial stance is still going to be an ammo skill, but we felt that the ammo component of a lot of the Weaver stances was not really adding a lot of depth or not really adding a lot of gameplay. It was just kind of there. And obviously it is it affects the power level of the skill, whether it or not it has ammo, but it also we felt that the stances were forced to be a little bit less impactful than we'd like, just because they do have ammo. So our goal here is to really pump up a good amount of the stance power level, but bring them down to 1 ammo, just a little bit more controlled, and hopefully some more exciting mechanics here. So we see aquatic stance, obviously healing goes up, endurance goes up. The stance bonus has changed. Instead of being the ally heal, it's now going to give some endurance back every time you dodge. It's obviously not going to be a full dodge, but you will be able to generate additional endurance, so you will be able to dodge more frequently. And this was kind of the ability to heal allies is not something that Weaver really should be doing from our perspective. It's always been more of that like selfish, super like, you know, glassy in some cases, but more of that personal DPS. You know, there is some personal defense obviously, but it's not really supposed to be a support class or a support spec. So this time I felt a little bit out of place. So as we were looking at stances, we felt that we could do something a little bit more interesting with the bonus, refunding some endurance and dodge. Twist of Fate. This skill didn't really have a stance effect tied to it. It just did its
this is a painful waiting time, honestly. This slide is not worth all the words. He's using. This is really painful to just wait through all of that.
On activation, and of course reducing the ammunition from 2 to 1, as the skill is now a lot more powerful. Stone Resonance, this is going to now also grant you protection in addition to its previous effects, and also increase the effectiveness of protection on you for the duration. So a nice little defensive damage reduction skill. Barrier can come up a little bit in PvP. There's something that got hit pretty hard
before Evoker nerf, maybe?
2 ammo
I wouldn't mind that.
Trait trigger.
I wouldn't mind playing
just a
Gata.
bit too much barrier for like those tanky Weaver builds, but now that there's only going to be one source of this, or 1 ammo of this skill, it can come up a little bit. Definitely be keeping an eye on this to make sure it lands at kind of the right place. Unravel, the skill is no longer available as a utility skill. It's been replaced with Fervent
Yeah, the
Stance.
unblockable can be really fun on the Catalyst, and the modifiers are way better.
Might come into play later.
Like you trade the F5 for better modifiers,
but you can no longer
which is bigger numbers.
Unravel's utility skill. But you can now pick Fervent Stance, which will give you quickness, fury, and swiftness on activation. And then for the duration of that stance, it will grant you might every time you use a dual attack skill. So more of that personal, like big damage. You know, you see these quickness skills on a lot of professions. They're usually pretty big moments, pretty impactful moments, and we thought that Weaver would be a good place to put that as we were looking to replace Unravel.
Yeah, just Point of clarity, some of these have pretty high cooldowns to account for their ammunition. Are we planning on reducing them when we make them only 1 ammo?
Yes, yeah, there's a lot of... I don't know how they missed the slide. They probably missed the preview post as well. But there will be cooldown adjustments in a lot of these cases as well.
PauseChamp. Very good catch, thank you Taylor.
PauseChamp.
Yeah. Moving on.
Alright, so now we got a lot of updates to
Staff
dual
box.
attacks. There's a lot of dual attack skills that haven't been updated since the first patch of the game. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but there are definitely a lot of them that feel a bit dated. Whether it's power level or just quality of life of the skill. So we'll see, here's the staff page, but we'll see a lot of
Doesn't really matter,
dual
man.
attacks and a lot of weapons.
Like Plasma Blast is good, but they had to make it unblockable, not increasing the projectile
so
speed.
Pressure Blast.
That makes no sense.
A staff skill. This had just really difficult to use because it would heal allies as the projectile passed through them.
No, just make it unblockable.
Do its explosion at the landing point, and that's going to be where it heals allies. It's also going to give yourself a little bit of additional healing when you strike an enemy, so this will allow you to kind of double up on the self-heal. If you are next to an enemy and you throw the pressure blast at your feet, hit an enemy, you will get the healing from the explosion as well as the heal from striking enemies, so it could be a nice little
base healing big. Nah, that doesn't matter. Heal Weaver is fucking trash.
Weaver. You see the healing numbers going up, casting time coming down, just a lot of usability improvements on top of making the skill just a little bit more powerful. Plasma Blast, projectile speed increase, we'll see that in a number of places where there are quite a few very slow projectiles on Weaver dual attacks, and they're just a bit too slow, so they will be a bit faster. Lahar, this is going to get a bit of a power increase here. The first pulse of the skill will now immobilize enemies. It's not going to be a pulsing immobilizer or anything like that, but it will give you a little bit more of that crowd control at the beginning of that skill. We also see Monsoon getting a pretty significant rework here. Instead of being like kind of that weird pulsing regen skill, we're going to have just a nice little knockback that's going to inflict some debilitating conditions as well. We get the chill, we get a good amount of vulnerability on that, so it's just going to be a nice little CC. Staff, you know, more intended to be that a lot of AoE damage, a lot of crowd control, so we felt that, you know, there were some cases where we could add a little bit more crowd control.
Bon, sinon, on avance ou... Putain, c'est long, là. Oh my god.
The Scepter, we'll see some, again, nice little improvements to Scepter skills. Fiery Frost, gonna get a little bit more.
Are they edging us? They're edging us. Bro, they're literally edging us.
Not necessarily something that you like on your ranged weapon. You want to create a little bit more space. This will also remove those movement impairing conditions on activation. So nice little escape skill on Fiery Frost. Glacial Drift, again, increasing projectile speed. Now we've added days on that. Nice little utility bonus there. Stun duration up on Earth and Synergy, and Stone Tide going to get cripple on the first pulse. So similar to Lahar, but not going to be that full immobilize. It's going to be a cripple to, again, give you a little bit more opportunity to create space.
Oh my god. Okay, DDLE.
Some dagger
yes.
updates, Steam Surge, the field duration is going up. That's going to give you a little bit more opportunity to
Lightning Rod.
What
is Lightning Rod going?
And obviously the healing is attached to the pulsing field as well. So there's also a increase
Lightning Rod is okay.
That this skill heals.
Ooh, the Ashen Blast is insane.
A very slight damage increase. This isn't really intended to be a big damage skill, but we felt like it could come up a little bit as we were looking at just improving
the DD Fire Earth is a lot of damage.
Wind. This is getting a kind of a mini rework where right now the skill just comes out very quickly as the daze does a little bit of damage. We felt that it comes out just a little bit too fast. It's not really reactable, so we don't want to put a lot of damage on the skill or a significant daze on the skill. So the way that works now is that there will be kind of two parts. You'll still have that very quick initial explosion that'll do a short daze and a little bit of damage, but then there will be a second delayed hit that will do additional damage and a longer daze. Ashen Blast kind of getting a similar functionality shift here, where it's going to be
go to the next slide.
Same idea, where the part of the skill that needs to come out quickly is the blind, but that kind of limits our opportunity to put damage and burning on the skill because we don't want that unreactable high damage skill. So instead, this will be a 2-part skill where you will swing out a burst of this Ashen Blast that will do low damage and blind, and then you'll follow up with a second hit that will do more damage and do that burning. Then we see a little bit of a trait shuffle here. Elemental Polyphony. This gave kind of a temporary vitality boost, not something that we're a huge fan of. So we've shifted that over to the minor master tier trait. Will now also give you vitality in addition to the barrier trigger, and then Elemental Polyphony will instead give condition damage as the Earth Attunement bonus.
Very nice.
Okay. Still a lot of Weaver traits to talk about. Don't worry.
This is fucking. This could have been the only good thing.
Weaver traits are kind of this weird spot where some of them are really good, some of them are not really good, and then some of them are.
This is so bad.
Very low power because of other traits that exist. So that's kind of what happened here. We see Weaver's Prowess and Swift Revenge.
These changes are so bad there.
Master tier DPS traits are both getting reworked to things that are not DPS traits, and that's because Elements of Rage, you know, you
all
look
these
at the
traits
number
played
damage
the past
damage
in Roaming Weaver,
and
but
it's
like
like
what we play.
a tiny damage bonus just because that's where it has to be to make Weaver balanced. But we felt that we could add a little bit more utility into the Master tier slot here, bump up Elements of Rage, which we will see on the next slide probably. And then really make it so you have that highly impactful, strong Grandmaster trait without blowing out the overall power level of Weaver. So we see some stuff shuffling around here. Elemental Pursuit instead of just going to get a full rework here. Swiftness on disabling enemy and increased swiftness. Effectiveness. This is something that used to be on Woven Stride, but we'll see that trait change. There's a lot of Weaver trait changes, so I'm kind of getting ahead of myself. But now we're going to see Elemental Pursuit a little bit more controllable here by making it only on disabling an enemy. So we felt that we could put a little bit more value here as opposed to having that internal cooldown on the trait before, because it was super speed and it was sourced by quite a few different things. Obviously, the inhibiting conditions as well would trigger it. So now it's just going to be a little bit more consistent, but not have that internal cooldown. And the swiftness will still be pretty relevant as we get further down the trait line.
If I DM him, I have to...
Superior Elements, getting a little bit of a crit strike bonus. As a spoiler, Elements of Rage will no longer grant precision because it got some other new functionality. So this is just kind of balance out that crit chance, make sure that it is still about where it needs to be. We still have so many Weaver traits to talk about, so I'm going to take a quick water break mid-slide. Unfortunate.
It's okay. I think you've done a good job so far, Cal. I'd say you've earned it.
Is Weaver just getting?
There's a lot of
I can sign off on
Weaver
this water
updates.
break. A hydration break, if you will.
Please hydrate. It's pretty hot here today. Okay, Weaver's Prowess. This trait has moved. It is now in the bottom adept tier slot. It will grant you resistance when you attune to a single element. So the same trigger that we do use on Elements of Rage. We think it's a pretty cool trigger, but it's not really used anywhere else. So Master's Fortitude. That trait
The
also
Weaver
getting
slides are
reworked.
so
We don't really
long,
need the
you need
vitality there
water
anymore
break in the
because we've
middle
now
of it.
put the more
Jesus
consistent
Christ,
vitality
bro.
bonus on the minor trait. So we felt that there's more opportunity to do more reworks there. So having the more interesting, potentially very powerful resistance source in that slot instead. Then we see Master Fortitude moves to that slot that Weaver's Prowess used to be in. That's now going to grant you barrier when you dodge, which might sound familiar. That trait used to be a Grandmaster trait that has also been reworked that we'll get to soon. It's just something that is not super interesting as a Grandmaster trait. This is a common theme in a lot of our trait reworks over this patch and patches over the last year or two even, is that we see, there's a lot of traits in the game that are fine power level wise, but they're just not interesting. And especially on the Grandmaster.
Yeah, for sure, bro. For sure. Look how balanced this is, bro. Wait, where's the evoker?
Just very powerful.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. That's fine, man.
Trust. Really not one of those traits.
Trust. That's fine. It is the same power level, man. It's the same power level.
That is valuable for
like what?
Weaver builds, but it's not
sure,
a Grandmaster trait,
bro.
so it's now now it's a Master trait. And last up we have Swift Revenge. Again, getting that full rework. This is going to grant you additional bonuses. These are personal bonuses when you use a dual attack based on the elements. Obviously, dual attacks have 2 elements, so you
Next slide. Next slide.
For each time you use a
What
dual
is our
attack.
future made of?
For example, if you use a fire,
The future
water, dual
of
attack,
Guild Wars 2
that will grant you
World
might,
is on
and
this
also
next
remove
slide.
A condition from yourself.
3, 2, 1.
And we see air giving some swiftness and endurance coming from Earth.
3, 2, 1. The future of World
So
World.
again, a nice little best combo. Depends what you're looking for. You know, water air will be pretty good if you take Woven Stride.
Bro, I'm saying that like as a joke, but it's unironically the truth. Literally, the future of Guild Wars 2 is on this next slide.
Yeah,
Guild Wars 2 World
I haven't
World.
seen the spider. Haven't seen the spider for a while, so just keeping an eye out. But again, like I said, the master tier is a bit more utility focused because there is going to be more damage coming out of the Grandmaster slot. So our goal with these, just to be clear, our goal with these changes is not to reduce the overall damage that Weaver deals, even if there are fewer specific traits that say your damage is increased in some way. But let's move on.
Last but not least,
we have
No,
3 Grandmaster traits.
please, man.
Amount of shuffling or adjustments.
This is so
here's
bad.
elements
Wait,
of rage,
wait.
no longer giving their precision.
Oh,
We've rolled some
PV
of that
only.
into,
PV only.
other traits.
I thought we looked at the PV already.
Now you're going to get access. Unravel is back. It's no longer available as a utility skill, but if you trade into elements of rage,
I swear it's rage bait, bro. I swear it's rage
which
bait.
will be Unravel, which is the same skill that you guys all know and love. Our thought process here is that Unravel is a really
it sounds
interesting skill.
right?
You know, it's like
but the modifiers are gone.
one
This
of
is
the
the
most
damage
interesting skills that
modifier.
Weaver has, but it's also very specific, and it's like so hard to actually justify
This is
slotting
damage
over
modifier.
something else in the utility slot.
Damage,
There are fringe
quote,
cases
damage
where we have
modifier,
seen that
quote.
relative a little bit of play, but
It's everything it had.
It's really not.
They killed this.
reliable,
This is dead.
This is something
This
I
is
always
dead.
want in my build.
And
at
this
the
is
cost of
buffed in
some other
PvE.
utility skill.
The class is dead.
The idea
Don't
is
even look
well,
at
what
it,
if
bro.
Unravel wasn't a utility skill?
The
You
very
slot it as
little
part of
modifier the
a
class had
master
are
trait.
dead.
Plays really well with
Why?
elements of rage, obviously. The trait that cares about you being attuned to one element now will always have access to the skill that says you are attuned to one element for a period of time. So, you know, this could give a lot of interesting rotational adjustments, like how are you going to play around having Unravel. Obviously, it's going to just be 1 ammo. It's not going to be 2 ammo, but it will be the single use of Unravel every so often. You can use that to really, fire off those really powerful slot 3 skills for burning speed. You get access to your burning speed because you have access to Unravel. Pretty interesting stuff. We're hoping that it's pretty exciting in how it plays out as well. And then we do see the damage bonuses getting increased here because, we do want the power to be coming from elements of rage, the super cool Grandmaster trait, and not necessarily just the critical mass of damage dealing traits. Woven Stride, talk about this one next. This no longer has an internal cooldown. Previously, it did have an internal cooldown of how often it could cleanse conditions and how often it would give you conditions for being movement, getting inhibiting conditions on you. The thought here is that the internal cooldown had to exist because of the trigger that gave you swiftness, because
they didn't touch any right now. I mean, they're changing Weaver, but like Weaver is already dead. Like it doesn't change anything.
But it does.
They just
really
removed
reduce
more.
the overall strength of the trait as well. So
They
they
literally just changed all the modifiers. They literally changed all the modifiers on Weaver. It makes no sense to play the class.
Or every time you
Like
disable
it
an enemy
literally
with
no
elemental
sense.
pursuit, it will trigger Woven Stride, which
Actually,
is a
the only way
cleanse and
Element of Rage keeps the modifier. Yeah, but use the precision.
So now that
like it's really
there's
shit.
actually less functionality here, but it's a
Precision was nice
powerful trait
because then you wouldn't have to
the cases
have
that
this.
you really want it to be, because you can now trigger
But now
it a
you
bunch of
need
times in a
this
row. Powerful cleanse trait,
and this.
some
Like,
regeneration value
no.
as well, getting some sustain. We think that the trait is pretty interesting. It just needed this. This is essentially a very large usability improvement of the trait, which was previously not really usable. So, we'll see if people actually pick this up, if it actually plays as well in practice as we think it will in theory with the other trait synergies. Maybe it still needs to rework, but we think this trait's pretty cool, and we'll see how it goes. And last but not least,
they buffed Support Weaver more than anything else right now. Like the only thing that this changes is that Support Weaver can be a cope.
reduced recharge time of attunements and dual
This is the
attack
only thing that
skills.
changes.
The dual attack skill recharge will be this pretty standard 20%, which historically is not a thing that we find super interesting.
I mean, they debuffed Weaver
Attunement recharge reduction here is going to be a flat 1 second off.
Do you hear my words? Support
the way that you want
Weaver.
it to with the arcane trait line.
Who the fuck plays that shit?
I will get ahead of it
Who the
and say
fuck
that
even plays
when you
Weaver?
are, under the effects of
Yeah,
Weave
that's my
self,
question too.
will
What the
not do
fuck is
anything
support Weaver,
to
man?
reduce the
That's what they're
recharge
trying
time
to do.
attunements. We felt that 2 seconds is kind of the
Like
floor.
nobody in the world is gonna play that
And
over
Weave self
Kata
is
or
like
even
a really
Evoker.
impactful moment and a really interesting moment.
This is so useless.
So having that 2-second floor of Weave self, but then whether you have arcane or not arcane, you will get a single 1 second reduction off of your attunement recharge time, which obviously gives you like a lot more depth or a lot more opportunity and like a lot more options in terms of how you actually flow through all the different attunements. So even if cooldown reduction traits are not things that we typically think are interesting, that's generally because we feel like they don't really add a lot to gameplay, and they just cause more problems than than the value they provide. But with something like attunement recharge, that gives a lot more rotational depth or like interesting ideas that can be done with Weaver especially. So we think that this is actually a really cool and fun and interesting trait, even if it is just a cooldown reduction trait on its face.
Là, ils sont déjà en heure sup, mec.
I'd say, we're seeing a similar trend through a lot of these classes, Guardian, Necro, now Elementalist, where I would assume we're not really trying to shift roles necessarily for Weaver, but we're seeing a lot more attention to Weaver maybe than like some of the other ones. It's getting a much, I'd say, bigger rework. A lot of these traits getting shifted around. Obviously, a new profession skill with one of these Grandmaster traits. Do you feel like Weaver was kind of left behind at some point, and it required a lot more attention, or is it just kind of the nature of Elemental?
This is pure bait, by the way. Don't get baited, guys. This is pure bait, pure bait, pure bait.
All the different attunement skills.
Omega ultra bait.
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of dual skills. Weaver, it's always been like good. It's been hit or miss in PvP for a long time over its existence, where some of it's been very good, some of it's been not so good.
Rage baiting!
So the power level's always been there, but I feel like there's been a lot of things that just haven't been updated for a long time. And that's not always a bad thing. Sometimes we are pretty happy with things, and that's why they don't get updated. But I think, like we saw in a lot of cases with
this balance patch makes me think what balance patch we end with before Giversu goes into maintenance mode, before Giversu launches. I assume Giversu will have PvP. The problem is that it won't be the same game at all. It will not be the same game.
So there are a lot of
I would say, completely different, actually.
Saying, hey, let's take a look at
So no Untame and Evoker nerfs. We're still waiting for Evoker. They've been blue balling us for like the last 30 minutes on fucking Weaver. But Untamed is not touched, no.
Awesome. We'd love to see it. Very exciting, though. A trait giving a new profession skill, I think, is a pretty unique thing here for
yeah, I mean, that's right. Like, the F5 on Weaver is very interesting. It's a shame the class is dog shit, though.
We do find that these traits are pretty interesting.
I don't want it to be the same game. Giversu gotta be different. That's what's gonna happen.
We did actually wrap things up.
Any final words?
No way! That's it?
We mentioned.
No, that's so funny.
There's no way. There is no way. They just killed Vert and not nerfed Ellie.
All that time for Weaver.
There is no way. There is no fucking way they just did that.
I was gonna. Wow, you're doing it live. That's crazy.
Clicking the button. You guys can go read it on the forums.
There is no way. They did not touch Untamed or Weaver, but killed Vert.
All right.
Someone's already here. So there you go. Any final words?
There is no way.
As always, we're really looking for feedback on this stuff. We obviously feel good about all the changes that make it at this point. There's a lot of things that get cut much earlier because they're just insane or bad or whatever reason. Once we get to this point, we feel pretty good about the state of the patch, but we're always looking to make things better, and that's really where the community comes into play. I feel like I say this every single time, but it is just good to reinforce this, that there is so much depth to this game that a lot of the time there will be things that
please, guys.
get missed
The
internally,
depth.
or there are other things that should be.
What do you mean the depth? We're not nowhere near touching the depth nor the mainstream. We touched literally nothing.
All that stuff, which I think is part
what
of it,
changed in what
really
world?
the important part of doing these streams and doing these previews is because we know that the patches won't be perfect, and they won't be
there's the
perfect
next slide. There's the next slide.
either,
There's
but
no
our
way.
goal is to make the patches as
There's
good
no way
as
they're
we
not gonna
can.
change anything.
And we found that community feedback is insanely valuable to that end. So we do.
It's not like Roy's not
want
doing
you guys to go on the forums,
No
go
way,
on social
right?
media, give your thoughts, give your feedback.
There's
We'll
no
be
way they
reading
didn't
it,
change
and We do
anything.
make adjustments, and we don't necessarily action every piece of feedback, but we do read it all. And sometimes
the
that ends
Guardian
up
long before
being
buff is
things that we
great.
see and we can't
Now,
do it for
taste
for
a
this
little bit of
update,
my
but it gives
spirit
us
walker
ideas
on
for
your
a future
face,
update.
or my
We
untamed
really do.
pet. Like,
Just a
what are you
broken
gonna do
record,
with
but
your
we do find
DH?
the community
Get
feedback
fucking
is
one
valuable,
tapped,
and that's why we
or
do-
get
that's why
fucking
we
one
do these
tapped and deal no damage. Great. You know, like what the fuck?
Yeah, I was excited to show the changes we had today, excited to see all the feedback around it. I think we have a lot of pretty interesting reworks in this patch. Weaver, pretty exciting, some of the Deadeye changes, Warrior changes.
I mean, they probably have no idea what to do for antiquary.
Alright.
They probably just have no idea what to do. Like,
Make sure you give your
that
feedback.
could be a thing.
Thank you, everyone, very much for tuning in and watching the stream. A little bit of a longer one today, and a lot of stuff to go through, and a lot of thoughts to get out there. So exciting times. And yeah, as always, forum post is already up. Cal is doing awesome work there. So please feel free to go and comment there. Give us your feedback. We'll be looking out for it.
No, but guys,
but until
I
next
still
time,
cannot believe that nothing
as always,
happened.
Thank you for joining us.
Ouais, et puis c'est pas comme s'ils avaient un stun de
And we'll
2
see you in the
secondes 5
mess.
pour bien placer leur burst
Bye bye.
au cas où ils soient handicapés.
Non, t'imagines s'il leur avait donné ça?
C'est une blague.
No way. No way.
Tant qu'on n'est pas
jamais
10 par
vu.
squad à jouer ça,
No way.
Ah, mais on est déjà 10 par squad à jouer ça.
Bah
C'est
non.
drôle. En NA, il y avait un time. En EU.
Bon, Delacroix, mets-toi à genoux et présente tes excuses, s'il te plaît.
Et de la croix.
À genoux, présente tes excuses, Delacroix. Allez.
Attends, et puis je m'assois sur mon ours et je m'excuse.
Allez. Voilà, merci.
Ah putain, j'arrive pas à croire qu'ils ont touché à ni l'un ni l'autre.
Vert is dead. Vert is actually dead. Yeah. I'm waiting for the forum patch to see if they really didn't change anything. But they didn't. Like,
moyen de toucher.
because they just
Ils
didn't.
ont pas osé en fait. Parce que tu touches 3 l'aspire et
Bon,
l'aspire.
faut que je prépare mes dossiers là. Je prépare mes documents.
Roman, on va prolonger ton contrat.
Roman,
Donc tu fais en bureau.
n'hésite pas à m'envoyer ton
I mean,
PayPal, encore une fois, Roman.
Yeah.
Alors,
I'm gonna call it, guys. Thank you for watching the stream with me. Thank you for watching the playtime and seeing Big rage quit in OS. I guess that was kind of fun. I mean, it's a shame that they had to rage quit, but you know they'll come back stronger when they have the proper comp and not playing 2-2-2-2-2-2-2. Surely, it's like HAYA basically. Yeah. Either way, GG's. See you guys another time, I guess, for more years of Evoker gameplay, I guess. KW. I mean, yeah, I don't know what, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I'm as confused as you guys are. We'll see again later what happens. Anyways, good night. And thanks for watching.